Summer dating is so fantastic because every night of the week is open.
Yes.
This podcast is a Dear Media production.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back to another episode of Girls Gotta Eat.
Happy birthday!
Thank you so much.
Raina's birthday episode. Have we done a birthday?
We have never had the episode has never fallen on my birthday.
How?
2018. I double checked it this morning because I was like, am
No,
I
but
wrong?
how?
In 2018, my birthday fell on a Sunday. So this is the first time ever that the episode falls on my birthday. I had to double check this morning.
In 6 years, it would have to because of leap year.
But this is the 7th year.
But like,
Listen, I checked.
No,
June
I believe
2018
you.
because I was like,
how is this
I
not?
wrong?
Has it been on mine?
Unclear. Tessa.
Jess is like, I'm new here. No, she's like, I haven't been
No,
here
yes,
for
it
6
did. And I'll
years.
tell you why I know, because your birthday is not a Tuesday this year.
Okay. Listen, if you're an OG and you know this,
If you know about
info
calendars.
offhand, if you know this info offhand, you might be outside our studio right now. You might be a stalker, but I would still love to know. No, we'll run the tape on it. But anyway, whether it is your first birthday episode.
Thank you. I wear a special outfit for it.
Yeah. You didn't tell me
Yeah,
you were doing a look.
Well, I didn't know.
You did not send me the mood board.
I did not know until I
I'm
walked
business
upstairs.
cash.
You do look like you're ready for a business lady meeting.
Well, this is not even what I was going to wear. Whatever. You changed, and then I had a spare pair of pants. Guys, I always
I had
keep
an
a
extra
pair
pair
of
of slacks.
I always keep a pair of slacks in my car because I never know when I'm going to need to go to a business lady meeting.
Actually, I went on a date the other night with this guy who I'm obsessed with, and I wore khaki pants. So what had happened was we went to a business meeting, and I was wearing khaki pants, and then I ended up hanging out with this guy who I'm into, and I was, the whole time, I couldn't stop thinking I'm wearing khaki pants. Like, has anything ever been less sexy?
Khakis are hot these days. Khakis are back. Going out khakis.
Oh my God.
No, like the way
They were
we
my
used,
business lady
the
khakis.
way we used to rock a going out khaki capri. Okay, we need to thank these partners.
Yes. Thanks to Shopify.
Get your khaki capris on Shopify. Your favorite khaki capris are probably
probably
on a
powered by Shopify
probably on a
site.
site powered by Shopify. Okay.
Thanks to Shopify, get $1 a month trial period at shopify.com/GGE. And thanks to ZBiotics, get 15% off at zbiotics.com/GGE with code GGE.
Yes, and you can also get your khakis at Quince. Thanks to Quince, get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order at quince.com/GGE. And Armra, get 15% off your first order at tryarmra.com/girlsgottaeat. Whole thing, spell it out. And I am so excited to talk about them.
Whole thing, spell it out.
Spell it out. I went on my very first matchmaker date. This is gonna be funny. My very first matchmaker date last year, which was like in the spring, or maybe like late winter. I did wear those khaki cargos, and
I remember.
you want to know what I wore on top?
A button-down Reformation shirt.
Tess
that
is
we
wearing it
both
right
have.
now. I wore that top.
That color, that top's when she's on her
That
body.
exact
that exact,
top.
that
That's
exact
it.
one.
That's my exact
Is that the
top.
button-down Reformation top?
No, this is what I wore. I wore this green.
Hysterical.
And like sometimes we have clothes that we may have worn like once or twice. I get all this stuff from Revolve, and Tessa's just like, I'll take it. This is like, it's not even hand-me-down since I wore it once. You know,
half the shit I give Tessa has tags on it.
Tessa's
like, are you ready for, can I have a Goodwill haul right now?
I mean, listen, we get free shit sometimes, and I'm a Revolve ambassador, and I get those credits every month, and sometimes I wear the stuff once, and I'm like, pass it down.
Yeah, pass
it down to the fam.
Pass it forward.
Pay it
Pay
forward.
it forward.
Tessa in the corner with the green top.
Okay.
I looked back at that. I'm like, I wore that on like I was in my cargo pant era, like
I remember,
last
you wore
winter.
cargo pants.
Yeah,
Yeah. These, what I wore were not cargo pants. They were a slacks.
They had like a lit. Oh, you're right. You did wear slacks. It was a cute look, though.
I looked cute. I mean, I wore like
Yeah,
a
you
cute
looked
tank,
cute.
but my boobs
Titties
were really
out.
like smashed into that shirt.
Little
It really
smashed
flattened
in.
them out. Like
Yeah.
I said something about getting a breast augmentation, and he's like, "Are you happy with it now?" And I like gestured toward. I was like, "Yeah," and then I realized my boobs were all smashed up into that tank top, sitting above my khaki pants.
So I was thinking of like smashing my boobs doing this.
That's hot.
So I was taking a Kendall Tool Peloton ride this morning, and I think she's a smaller breasted woman. She's the hottest woman alive. So don't get it twisted. But she really just pushes them up. Like that's the secret. You get them like something really tight here, Skims bras a lot of times. And you have the kind of that rounded top. They looked great and they looked smaller. And I was like, I think I could do that. Just mash them.
I mean, you could definitely mash those things. Also, when you get closer to your period, they get bigger. Remember that time in Jamaica
anymore.
when your boobs were so big?
Oh, yeah, I'm not anymore now that I'm on the IUD, but like I used to have like bigger boobs around my period.
Yeah, you did. They were huge at one time.
Oh, yeah, Jamaica. Oh, yeah, when Rob saw me walking, he didn't know it was me. He was like, who's that girl with the big titties? And his wife was right there.
I was like, Ashley?
And I was like, Ashley? I said, who, me? No one's ever said.
I was like, put it on my grave.
No one's ever said that girl with the big titties.
I have to tell you something before we really get into it, because you haven't acknowledged this, and I need to acknowledge it to the listeners, the viewers, more importantly. I'm going to have different colored hair this whole summer, and I want to explain.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, we haven't even talked about it. You're a lot going on. We gotta talk about.
So we have recorded a few interviews ahead of time because we were in New York and people were available at certain times. So quite a few of our interviews throughout the summer are going to be recorded at different times that the intros are recorded. So we recorded a bunch of interviews back in like May and earlier this month where my hair is it's like a darker blonde.
Yeah.
And then I went and got it done, and we've gone a little too far.
Okay.
I look a little bit like Marshall Mathers.
Overcorrected.
/ Beavis. And I'm obsessed with my girl. She's amazing. And I did tell her, go bright blonde. And we did this. And I was like, I want to take it down a notch. So now we're going to take it down a notch on Friday.
Okay.
So we are recording the intro for the 17th today. Then we have 2 interviews that we're recording like for July with this hair color. And then we're going to have another hair color on Friday.
I love this. It's just like
you never know what you're going to get.
You never
guys.
know what you're going to get. It's like Raina Roulette. Right? Rainal.
Rainal and Astley.
Rainal and Astley. I know. Am I rectal or Astley?
Astley is really funny. And that was one of our listeners.
Yes. Welcome back to Girls Gotta Eat with Rainal Greenberg and Astley Hasseltine. No, that's so funny. Like they never know what they're going to get. It's going to change midway through the episode.
And the whole Instagram feed's going to look crazy.
Yeah.
Every other thing. Yeah. It's going to change halfway through the episode.
So people are probably watching now and like that color. I don't mind it. I mean, it's bright. It's pretty. You just think it's too artificial looking or too bright?
It's too bright for me.
Yeah.
It looks a little like too fake and like, I don't know. Yeah, it looks a little too fake for me. I like something just like
I'm with it.
A little darker. Also, when it gets a little greasier, like days like 3 and 4, then I really, really hate it.
Okay. I love it, and it like inspired me to want to like, I mean, I usually get highlights. I just haven't gotten them in so long, and like really do something lighter. I mean, I just love light hair. You wouldn't guess it because I'm over here with brunette. But I've also been trying to be careful with my whole like hair loss situation. But anyway, I feel like I'm ready to get back into it. I mean, there are times when I was like, I feel like I just want to like bleach blonde my hair.
I think you'd look hot. Like Kim K or like white blonde.
Can you imagine?
I'm imagining it now. That's almost what I did.
I don't know how they do. I mean, they also wear wigs, and who really knows what they're ever doing, but that stuff really damages your hair. Like the bleach on like a natural brunette.
They wear a lot of wigs. I have inside intel.
Yeah.
Now.
Inside intel?
Yeah, inside intel.
Okay, well,
so
happy birthday.
I just want to thank you so much.
Happy Gemini season. We haven't even said it. This
really haven't.
It's your responsibility.
Yeah, I know, because
you know,
you're
first episode of Cancer season.
I love all my Gemini girlies. I went out. The Gemini man was khaki pants guy.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with Gemini men. Whatever. I think they're all great. Geminis are great.
Okay. This week is the first official day of summer, and we have a hard launch for Vibes Only.
Launch it, baby.
You launch it.
You're right. It is my birthday. So Ashley and I, our other company, Vibes Only, we have seasonal suck and blow gel flavors. It is an oral enhancer for everybody, every body type. And our seasonal flavor right now for summer is lemonade.
Lemonade. Yes. Like the best Beyonce album.
So you came up with the idea and I was like, what is that going to taste like? And we always like test a bunch of different formulas. And this is like the perfect mix of sour and sweet. It tastes like drinking a glass of lemonade. It's so delicious.
It's so good. I mean, this will be a lot of y'all's favorite. I mean, our partner on this side, she was like, I'm doing QC on this and it's my favorite that you guys have done. So yeah, I mean, I'm a big citrus slut and I just like lemon in general. And we were talking about like, do we do like a lemon drop? I mean, a lemon drop is the same as kind of like lemonade. Like we're not going to make something that tastes like it's got a little vodka in it. But this is just, it's incredible. If you want that refreshing
summer blowjob
summery blowjob, yeah.
And if you guys have never tried this before, it activates your saliva glands, makes your mouth extra juicy, watery. It makes for a real better, wetter blowjob. So get that. We also have Juicy Peach on the site. We have our vanilla frosting. So we've lots to choose from. And all of our liquids now on the site. So that is the lube, that's the blow gels. and our Flickr massage oil candle are now available on subscription. So if you sign up for recurring deliveries, you can pick 1, 2, or 3 months, and it'll be 15% off your order. So really simple. You just select it. It's pretty self-explanatory on the website, but get a discount. You don't have to think about it. You can just be sucking dick and getting fucked every month. Don't have to think about it.
Yes, you just choose subscribe and save at checkout, and then you pick your delivery frequency, like Raina said, and you have your pleasure automated. And just to close the loop on this, the lemonade blow gel is available now, just to you guys listening, because the official launch is first day of summer. But we're like, let's throw it up on the site. Let's get it ready. You guys are going to listen to this episode, and you're going to want it's Raina's birthday. Yeah. This is her gift to you. So vibesonly.com. You can get that now and everything else. I got to tell you, I gave a blowjob this past weekend.
Thank God.
It was so...
Why I said thank God, like this has anything to do with me. It was so creepy. I whispered it. Thank God. I was like, I care at all.
It was
I do care.
So wet. I go, did you come? And then be honest, did you come? I was like, did you come? And he is so obviously into our brand. This is my boyfriend, by the way. It was like a random person. And he's so into our like branding, and he reads every post and everything. He knows
what I thought
everything.
you were going to say. He's so into, I thought you were saying your mouth. You're like, our branding.
He was also in my mouth. I said like, oh my God, that was so much spit. And he goes, isn't that the point? Like he knows that we say it's supposed to activate your saliva glands. I was like, oh my God, you know the marketing speak.
He gave you the brand pitch. Okay, so this came about, Ashley's blowjob. Ashley and I were just talking about like when you give blowjobs. And I was like, I start every morning when I'm in the relationship with somebody with a blowjob. I know it sounds crazy, and it's crazy I don't have a boyfriend right now. But like, I start the sexual experience in the morning with a blowjob.
You guys wouldn't think khaki pants girl would be also morning BJ girl. The range.
I have a lot of range, okay? Not to completion. I'm starting the engines revving with a little BJ. And then I get on top.
Yeah, like I said to you, I was like, I would never suck a dick in the day.
You said never given a daytime blowjob. Never suck a dick in the day.
So, yeah, I mean, I've sucked a dick in the day. I don't even really know. I don't want to be so up close and personal with a dick like that.
Broad daylight.
I like a nighttime BJ. Like, it's too much.
Well, we were talking about this
just
at
balls
night.
in your face. Like, I'm just eyes squeezed shut. Like,
also, you change the position. Like at night, I'm on my knees, like just being disgusting.
Okay.
Morning, I'm just sort of like lazily on the bed.
You're in it. Your face is in it.
My face is in it. Broad daylight.
Yeah.
What time of day did you give your blowjob?
Okay, so I gave 2. What? I know. Because guess what? Dewey Beach. It's truly Doomy Beach. We were so horny. I mean, we're really horny for each other. Like we're great chemistry and intimacy, but something about Dewey just hits different.
It's a motel.
So can I walk you through the first thing that happened, and then we'll go into the blowjob?
Okay.
So first of all, we started the weekend in Boston at the Celtics game, which was game 1 of the finals. It was incredible. Like Boston sports, I mean, like I just think they're like Philly sports, like same type of fan base. And you know, I'm a Philly girl, but I've always loved the Celtics. We've had the Celtics dancers at our shows, and
love them.
I want to get them again. So you guys come to those Boston shows because they're just like our faves and they're so wonderful. And so the Celtics game in general, and they won, and it was just like my favorite thing. It was like one of my favorite sports experiences of all time.
It looked amazing. It was so much fun.
Absolutely incredible. And then for them to win. So I can't hype it enough. And we can't wait to see all you Boston girlies at the shows in December. Get those tickets, girlsgoteat.com. But anyway, and then we went to Delaware and did like a family weekend, and my cousin and his wife and their kids all came up from Florida, and then we spent like one night down at the beach, whatever. So we're driving down, and he was driving, and he was like, I have to pee. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, we're like 15, 20 minutes out. I'm sure you'll be fine. He's not exactly sure where we are because he's not from there. I knew where we are. I knew the Wawa. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, oh, we're like 15, 20 minutes out. And he was like, okay. And I was like, I have to pee too. So I think we have to pee the same amount.
We're so alike.
We're vibing right now. We're soulmates. So I'm just like, well, okay, we both have to pee. I clock the information. So we get to our motel in Dewey Beach. We wanted to stay at, I'm not going to name any names because we did end up switching hotel. Listen, it had lost its charm from last summer, but we stayed. We
were hornier last summer.
We wanted to stay at a motel where we stayed last summer, where it's like, it's where we said, I love you the first time. Like it's sentimental to us and, you know, whatever. So
you guys are so sentimental. It's crazy. Like you would go as far as to be like, I got to give a blowjob in this motel because we said I love you.
Like on the agenda.
You're so sentimental.
So it's this motel. We go check in. I'm in like the front. And the way that it's, it's set up, it's like a tiny little lobby. He walks in there with me at first and he had all our bags and stuff. And then he went and like wait outside. It's just like kind of a tight waiting area. And I'm like talking to the woman, if people see I have a California license, they're usually pretty interested. I'm like, oh, but I'm from here. I'm from Delaware. I'm chit-chatting away. And then I'm like, oh, you guys have coffee. I make myself a coffee. I'm taking my good old time. Meanwhile, I do have to pee, but I'm like, able to hold it. It wasn't debilitating. Yeah. So I'm just taking my good old time. She gives me the room keys. We're only like 5 doors down from the lobby. We're on the first floor. We're going to be on the bay, whatever. I walk out of that door. He's frantic. Ashley, I'm going to pee my pants. He never really even says my name like that. Ashley. And he is the most calm, cool, collected person I know. He is so calm all the time. He is on his toes. He is like, I'm going to pee my pants. Meanwhile, I'm like, okay, I get it. I have to pee too. He's
Go
like,
to the ocean.
I don't understand. He was like, I have to pee so bad. And he's like, his body moving. I mean, I'm like, I've never seen you like this. Stop. You're giving me that. And I'm like, babe, we're right there. Like, we're room 102. Like, let's go. And so I'm like trying to hustle up and he's like following me. I'm like, okay, I'll get the door open, whatever. He like just is supposed to have our
body
bags.
checks you out of the way.
Look back and there he was just peeing
Where?
behind a bush in front of the hotel. He had to go. Right, when I tell you we were 30 feet from the room, 20 even. I look back, our bags are just stranded. He left the bags. I mean,
middle of the day.
Middle of the day, like a drunk person, like a Dewey Beach day drinking drunk person had to pee.
That's funny.
At the motel.
If you're gonna do it, you should do it in like the middle of the day at a beach town where everybody's drunk.
You gotta go.
I know that you were on you time. Like sometimes I'm like, every time I'm like, let's walk out the door, you're like, you just turn and go in the other direction to pee. We've never left an airport lounge or a hotel lobby where I didn't stand up to go to the Uber and you walk in the other direction to the bathroom. That is 100% of the time. So you're on Ashley time at all times. So like, of course you're in the lobby, just like having a coffee, enjoying yourself. But like, he's an adult. He could have walked in there and been like, I have to pee, Ashley. Like, at least I'm like, Ashley, the plane's taking off. I'll leave you behind.
So I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, are you serious? Oh, I'm right here. The room's right here. He's like, I have to go, and then I am like, babe, I'm so sorry. I just thought we had to pee the same amount, like I'm holding it. I thought you were fine. And he goes, you were in there making a coffee. He goes, when I saw you make that coffee.
That's how I feel. I'm like, Ashley, you gotta leave this airport lounge. And 100% of the time you walk in the other direction. You always have to fill your water bottle up and go to the bathroom. And I'm standing there at the front of the lobby like, you could have done this in the 20 minutes we sat here. You're like, what I'm going to do is do it the minute you want to leave.
I was literally like, I laughed so hard. I was like, I'm so sorry. The fact that you were literally like, I'm not well. And I'm like, I'm putting vanilla in it. Like, I was just taking my time chit-chatting with this woman. I'm like, yeah, we're on vacation. Like, he was probably like, is she fucking serious?
You're like, so we said I love you for the first time at the motel. I mean, props to him for being like, look at her live her best life. I'm not going to bother her.
I can't believe he's so patient and wonderful. Like, I would have ripped open that door and been like, hurry the fuck up. Are you serious? But it's so,
all women.
I've never seen him like that in our whole relationship.
Okay, but do you remember you and I were talking about, well, it was years ago. It was in New York. And we were talking about like getting mad at like men for doing certain behaviors. And one of them was like peeing outside in the backyard. And you were like, kick him out of that. You cannot get mad at your man for that. So like you are a longtime stan of letting men pee outside in the grass in the middle of the day.
Absolutely. And I do think like you got to keep your dick in check. You can't just be whipping your dick out. Like he would never. Obviously this is an extreme dire situation. But yeah, guys are going to pee outside. They love it. You got to let them do it. So we went in the motel and listen, it wasn't what we remembered. There was a lot of flies and like, that's not their fault, but it was just like, it was a weird fly season day.
You were living on love last year.
The west winds. Yeah. Everything. Yeah. I was just like, these flies are multiplying. I can't live like this. So we did end up like switching and everything was totally fine. And we weren't like, give us our money back. We were just like, let's just grab this like other place, so we can like have a nice night. But we did get in there and we just got right down to it. We were like so horny. So yeah. So I did give a little blowjob then, but it was really dark in there. So it was like
nighttime energy.
Yeah, like the curtain was shut because you can just like walk by and see right in that room. So we had like the curtain shut and it was like dark. And then later that night, I really wanted to use this Juicy Peach suck and blow gel because the first one I didn't really use it. We just like got right down to it. We were like so dewy horny. And then at night I was like, I actually want to use a suck and blow gel. We brought out the cock ring. We like did all the things.
2 in a day? He is so blessed.
Well, I feel like I had to catch up because remember I was like, I owe you some.
Yeah, you did.
And then I owe you for that whole pee thing. You know. That whole situation.
Can I just tell you something? Listen, I let it slide for a second, but I really do want to know.
Okay.
Did you go right from outside pee to dick sucking? Like no breaks.
You know me.
Which like,
So
okay, I will
kinky.
say like probably a lot of people do that. A lot of people pee right before sex. Like
That's the real lemonade, everybody.
urine.
No, so he actually showered as soon as he got into the room. I think he was just like, he felt dirty from all the peeing
Sit
outside.
in the car for all those hours. It
Yeah,
gets
we were like,
musty in
yeah.
there.
Also, we'd been at the farm before that. We were staying outside. Like, we were both kind of hot and sweaty. It was like hot. And I mean, you know,
Can't
East
relate.
Coast. Yeah, can't relate. He showered in the motel, and that made me want to suck his dick even more. Like, I'm a big right out of the shower. Like, a fresh dick.
Fresh penis.
I've said before, like, if you've been working all day, you're on your feet. Like, I'm just not really inspired to stick my face in your crotch. Yeah, so
Totally.
I do understand where we went from big piss energy to sucking dick, but there was a shower in between.
I was like, I'm not going to bring it up. Maybe no one else thought about it.
And then I took a look at that shower and I'm like, we got to switch hotels.
Leave.
And then I showered at the Hyatt when we moved. So I got my
Thank
shower
you for
in.
clarifying. I didn't
Yeah.
want to call you out, but I'm glad you clarified.
Okay.
We never really talked about like times of day that you give blowjobs, but I told you I was like really on my knees like 3 a.m, just like giving a disgusting blowjob. And I was like, so proud of it.
I feel like I'm not on my knees a lot.
I'm not either. And also,
Yeah.
I feel like listeners are like, you just mentioned like 6 dates in the last like 3 episodes also.
You're
like,
on
I'm
one.
just dating a lot.
Yeah, you are.
I really had a dry spell there, and now the floodgates are open. I'm dating a lot.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
love to
loving
see it.
And yeah, I mean, a lot of nice people.
I mean, a lot of nice boys.
and my khakis. Yeah. Okay. So this episode is about a lot of like summertime dating. Weddings are obviously coming up. I'm going to, actually at the end of this week, I'm going to London for Taylor Swift. I'll be at Taylor Swift this coming weekend,
Yay.
see my brother and his pregnant wife. And then I'm going to go to Italy and Spain and Paris, which I'm really excited about. But this wedding, I have to type like this whole wardrobe thing that happened with the bride.
Okay.
She's a really good longtime friend of mine. You've known her for a long time too. She is just, I don't even know how to describe her. She's delightful, but sometimes a little scattered.
Scattered is a good word. Yeah.
Yeah. She's great at her job.
Yeah.
Great friend.
She's great energy.
the best
Just
energy.
so wonderful to be around. But she's so chaotic. She's the text she sends without context. Remember that one time she just sent you a text and it was just like, I just saw a dick.
Yes.
And we were like, what?
Your fiance's?
It was like someone on the street, probably whose girlfriend was checking into a motel and they just had to piss. But anyway.
The other day she just texted me, I ate 2 peanuts today.
That
No context. I was like, no one's funnier than her. So
she was very funny.
our friend Jeremy and I are going to her wedding in Tuscany, and it's really far getting to Italy from here. I want to pack really accordingly.
Yeah.
So it's the rehearsal dinner and the wedding. There's 2 events. And I bought this dress. There's a wedding website. It probably has wardrobe information. There's the invite, also wardrobe information. I wanted to wear this dress to her wedding. The base of it is white. It is a floral dress. It's every color of flowers, but the base is white.
Okay.
And so I just wanted to send it to
that's
her
so gorgeous.
and be like,
I mean,
is
that's
this
not
so
even, I mean, that's nice that you want to check, but it's just like a very colorful dress.
most people wouldn't care, but some brides are just like, that's my color today. Don't you dare.
That would be crazy, by the way, but okay.
But I was like, all right,
We'll
let me
show
just
this on
ask.
YouTube.
Okay. So she writes me back. She's like, no, it's totally fine, whatever. And she's like, but actually, she's like, let me just give you the breakdown what to wear. I'm like, oh my God, okay. She sends me a voice note and puts in writing. She has this in writing. Friday is a white party. It will be breezy and summery.
Okay.
Sure. Saturday will be talented Mr. Ripley vibes. If all of you were like, I don't know what that is, that's a movie from 1998. Not that famous of a movie.
I haven't seen it.
I had to Google it to see what she was talking about. She writes preppy sexy Saturday. Okay. So this is what I'm assuming I'm wearing. I'm going to buy a white dress for Friday night, white party, and I'm going to wear this kind of preppy sexy dress Saturday night. I don't know, whatever. So Jeremy's in my house last night, and I'm asking what he's going to wear to the wedding. And he was like, I bought this pink suit for Friday night. And I was like, oh, no, you can't wear a pink suit. It's a white party. And he goes, I showed her this outfit last week, and she said it was fine. And I was like, Jeremy, I'm telling you it's a white party. I have it in writing. I have it in a voice note. And he's like, I'm telling you I live next door to her. I showed her the pink outfit. She said, wear it Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me just check the website. I'm not trying to text a bride, by the way, and be like,
I know,
give me all the information about what you're
exactly.
wearing. Like, I really just want to run this dress by her.
Right.
That's it.
Like, we're adults. We should be able to check the official information, not text the bride.
Yeah. Okay. What should I wear on the website? For Friday night's welcome party, the dress code is Tuscan chic. think Jude Law and Gwyneth Paltrow in The Talented Mr. Ripley.
That's the one she told you was white?
That's the night that she said there's a white party. She said Talented Mr. Ripley on Saturday.
Okay.
We want everyone to wear neutrals, beiges, also whites. So I look up Talented Mr. Ripley. It's like linen sets.
Yeah,
If you just
okay,
Google
yeah.
them. It looks like Hampton's linen sets.
Okay.
For the wedding Saturday, a formal affair. You can wear a gown, cocktail dresses, a tuxedo if you want, or suits. No white or off-white. She's told me I could wear this off-white dress.
What? Wait, so
Friday's not a white party. Friday is Talented Mr. Ripley night.
and the wedding is
And
no white.
The wedding is no white.
Yeah, obviously.
Cocktail dress. Cocktail
Yeah.
dress, suits, tuxedos if you want.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me just go to the final frontier. Let me go to the printed invitation. Printed invitation, attire, black tie. No other
Wait.
black tie.
That's all it says.
The 2 words, black tie.
Not that this. That is 3 different sets of information.
The bride. Like,
Yeah.
you think that, like, the invites could be wrong. I guess the website could definitely be wrong.
Yeah.
I'm asking the bride herself, and she's like, Friday is a white party, and Saturday is Talented Mr. Ripley vibes. No one knows what that means. Right. Meanwhile, I'm going to show up in a linen set on Saturday night. Everybody will be in ball gowns and tuxedos.
Have you talked to her?
No.
Are
I
you-
feel like this is over. I'm
Yeah.
just going to
This
pack
fr-
what I
this
want
friendship.
back.
I actually feel like I'm not going to go. This friendship is over. No, I mean, but how do you know now? What are you trusting?
I'm going to trust my own gut.
Black
It's-
tie.
Friday night, I bought a white dress. It's linen. It's a linen white dress.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
Are you going to do that floral for?
Saturday, it feels like a cocktail dress.
Yeah, like
An Italian summer cocktail dress.
black tie for women is more open to interpretation than men.
Yes.
Like so much so.
Yes.
Like stuff that can really also kind of fall into cocktail and black tie attire for women.
I sort of interpret black tie for a wedding in the summer. Floor length,
Floor length, yeah.
but like really could be a lot of things.
You're not going to get in trouble.
I'm not going to get in trouble, totally. If I wore a linen set, I might have.
Yeah, if you wore that white linen. I mean,
I gotta show you. I Googled Talented Mr. Ripley because no one knows what that means. It's not even like she referenced a really famous movie like The Godfather.
right.
No one knows what that means.
It's just giving like Hamptons
Looks like
chic,
Hamptons, yeah.
which you could have just said that, you know.
Nope. And she said preppy sexy vibes.
Cape
but that's
Cod
not sexy
chic.
either. That's coastal grandma.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is so fun. I mean, this is not even dragging her at all. It's so her.
She would
and
think this
so
is
funny.
hysterical.
Yeah. She'd be like, can you believe it? She'd see people in white linen at her wedding and she'd be like, oh my God, that's so funny.
And I'd be like, oh,
she would
but
be
you told me to do
0%
this, Laura.
offended. Yeah.
I can't stop laughing. Yeah, she would be 0% offended. And Jeremy, I was like, you need to bring a tux for this wedding. He's like, I'm not doing that. I was like, you need to at least bring a suit. And he was like, I have like a linen suit. That's what I'm wearing. I bought that, and that's what I'm wearing pink on Friday night.
Jeremy's going to Jeremy.
Jeremy. Also, if you're getting on a plane and you're flying for me like 11 hours to go to something, I'm pretty much going to wear what I want to wear.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear what's comfy.
Like, this isn't high maintenance that she's kind of trying to over explain the vibes, but she's probably doesn't really care.
She just picked the wrong days.
Right. Well, yeah. But it's funny because there is no white party.
There is.
Like, the white party is made up.
She said white party. And this is just like coastal chic.
Yeah.
Pick a neutral.
Oh my
and then
God.
Jeremy tried to sell me on the fact that pink is a neutral. He's like, yeah, neutrals. And I was like, it's pink, Jeremy. And he's like, pink's a neutral. And I was like,
Well, no, absolutely it's not. But a really, really pale pink, you could probably get away with a thing if the attire was neutrals.
I could really,
Really
pale,
pale.
linen.
Yeah, like almost white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pastel, if you will.
yeah. Like Essie, let's be friends.
Bubble bath. Well, wish me luck.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Well, we are so excited for Jared today. Extra long episode, but it will be worth every second. It's so funny. We were just dying. But before that, going to talk to you guys about Quince. Okay, I have to say, Raina, white dresses are one of the trends of the summer. So you were sending me like which 3 you were going to choose from. And like, I just want to say that like that's a summer must have. And Quince has so many cute ones. So I was just on their site, and this is really such a go-to for high quality vacation essentials. So if we're just talking about trips that you might want to take, you're going to want all of the Quince essentials like the premium European linen dresses, blouses and shorts starting at just $30, the washable silk tops. You know, I love the silk dresses too, premium luggage options, and so much more. And Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They cut the cost of the middleman. They partner directly with top factories, and they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes, which we love. So white dresses, I went ahead and I searched all dresses by white. You have like 8 to 10 amazing options.
Yes, so
flowy, romantic, gorgeous dresses. Some other things I saw on their site that we haven't really talked about before. They have really cute Apple Watch bands.
Oh.
Like if you have an Apple Watch and you want to dress it up, this trapeze crossbody bag, I love. Their bags are incredible. I'm obsessed with their bags. Sunglasses, all these amazing things on top of all the clothes. And again, the prices like really can't be beat. And they are going to be so good for your vacation essentials. You're just going to pack all the stuff and bring it and you're going to look so great. And so much stuff that can kind of mix and match. Like I always like to pack with like a color palette in mind and just kind of stick to that. And Quince has great like neutrals and basics on top of like all really like cute, trendy stuff too. So pack your bags with high quality essentials from Quince. Go to quince.com/GGE for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/GGE to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/GGE.
Okay, and I'm going on this trip. It's almost 2 weeks. You're going to be drinking like every single day. And I don't want to ruin my day. It's nothing like kills my vibe, like waking up the next day and just being like, meh, you know? So
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin my days of this trip. So we've all tried to like find ways to feel good after a night of drinking. And something that we've found that really helps is a pre-alcohol probiotic. And it's from this brand, ZBiotics. So I have a ton of them in my cabinet right now. I'm going to bring them with me on the trip. Their probiotic was invented by a PhD scientist to tackle rough mornings after drinking. So here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut, and this byproduct, not dehydration, is to blame for your rough next day. So the pre-alcohol produces an enzyme and it breaks down the byproduct. So I just can't recommend it enough. They come in these like little vials. The taste is good. It's just quick, easy. You just drink one right before you go out for a night of drinks, and it just really fixes you right up.
Yeah, if you don't know about ZBiotics and you're just curious, that's how you take them. They're just these tiny little things. They're TSA approved, super tiny amount, and just like throw them back. You don't need to mix them with anything. I'll go out and I'll do a little cheers and we'll just throw them back. Yeah,
I like the little vials they come in. They're nice.
totally.
So yeah, I first gave it a try when they became a partner of the show, and I love it. So I'm really into it for vacations, weddings, birthdays, reunions, all the stuff that you're doing this summer. A lot of drinking. It was in the copy. Not a reunion. Enhance your mornings with ZBiotics. Go to zbiotics.com/GGE to get 15% off your first order when you use GGE at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with 100% money back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/GGE and use the code GGE at checkout for 15% off. Thank you, ZBiotics, for sponsoring this episode and our good times.
Okay, you guys ready to kick off the summer with the Lord?
Okay, guys, we are very excited to welcome back a guest that needs no introduction on this podcast. He is the co-host of the You Up podcast. He is the host of the J Train podcast. His special on Netflix, 37 and Single, is unbelievable. Catch it if you can. Please welcome back to the show for many, many times, Jared Freid.
It is such a pleasure to be here
Jared,
with you both.
bro.
Let's get it right this time. The fist bump heard round the world. We really got to connect knucks. Because if people don't know, you should play a replay on.
We'll do the replay.
Play the replay, the most awkward interaction of all time.
How could you forget?
I forgot. Now I
How
remember
could
my
you
hair extensions.
I think about it every night.
I can never forget. I'll never forget my entire. It's my 9/11. Our missed
Truly.
fist bump.
Never forget.
Never forget.
And if you were new here, basically Jared was making the motion of a merging into traffic steering
Yes.
wheel. Simple.
It was to explain it.
A fist went in the air, and I went in for a connection.
You went in for a fist bump, and we stopped the show. We physically stopped the show. It was full on, we have to acknowledge this,
Okay.
It's such a pleasure to be here. I love coming on this show.
Yeah.
I love chopping it up with you guys. I mean, we did a podcast for 2 hours before. We even started taping.
We were
did.
talking that shit.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm always like, can we get in the studio and tell the jokes there? So you've been making fun of me about something all morning.
All morning.
I don't know
I
this.
go, Raina, a perfect host. I walk in. Do you want coffee or water? I go, I love a coffee. She goes, I only got iced coffee. I go, I'm an iced coffee guy. I would love it. If someone wanted an iced coffee, and you were like, I would love an iced coffee, and then came up to you. She gave me a mason jar glass, as you're seeing on YouTube.
Right.
And it was just filled to the brim with cold coffee. No ice. Are you out of your
Wait,
mind?
what?
Thank you.
It was like up. It was like a Cosmo.
Right. Right. Espresso martini.
Not the espresso martini.
Espresso
She's like,
martini.
here's your virgin
Right.
espresso martini.
Right.
You know, I was
Filled
going to
to
say
the
that, but I
brim.
can't breathe.
And
Right,
I go,
like hot. Like no ice could fit.
there wasn't even a thought of ice.
That's
I go,
so
are you
weird.
a maniac? What is? I go, where's the ice? She goes, it's cold already. I was like, cold already? And then she brought this bullshit cheapskate persona. She goes, I don't want the ice watering down the coffee. I can make that decision, miss.
So Raina's just straight up been drinking
The way you
coffee
and Tessa
straight
looked.
up in her home.
Straight up.
You never knew this about me?
Listen,
Did you know this, Tessa? Okay.
Tessa,
You guys
that's
have
crazy,
never
right?
seen me drink a coffee?
Tessa, I will hire you if she fires you for this. That's a crazy way to serve
me
someone
up.
coffee. Ashley, you've never made me feel more loved. I just came my pants from Ashley looking at Raina. Like your
you
opinion of
look.
her has changed today.
It's also like if you have
Well,
a-
I have weird coffee behavior.
but if you have secret weird kinks, you still should know what's normal
Right.
in the
I'm
community. Like,
so deep into the kink,
Right.
though I didn't know. I didn't listen. I take it out of the fridge. I just put the cold coffee in a cup and I drink it.
You defended it though.
Yeah, that's how I drink it. It's
That's
cold
how
already.
you drink it. No. If I was like, hey, what room am I staying in? You're like, oh, this is the guest bedroom, and there was just no pillows on the bed.
yes, it's
And
a
you were
raw
like, that's how
dog move.
I sleep with no pillows. I'd be like,
Right.
well, okay, crazy.
I don't like to water it down. I hate when you get a coffee and it's just water at the bottom.
Listen, I'm a
I
big
really-
ice guy. Like I was like, this is a house of horrors. I don't know. Cold coffee, no ice.
I'm a quick drinker though, so
Oh,
like
you-
I
okay.
consume it. It's cold by the time I'm surprised you've never noticed this because you're here all the time. Maybe I only drink my
But
coffee.
maybe
in
I
the
just thought it
morning.
was melted
Right.
Yeah, you
this
probably
whole
did.
time.
See, we're different in that case. Let me take it back because I'm Jared Sipstein.
Yeah, you're still sipping on that.
Always
It looks
sipping.
watery.
So I'm a hot coffee slut, you know, even in the summer. Like I think you're one of two types of people. I
Right.
can appreciate an ice. Don't get it twisted. It's not like I won't do it, but I want to drink hot coffee and I want to sip it for hours. And so I had to get this like mug that is like
Right.
Bluetooth connected to keep it. No, like
You can buy it now on Vibes only. Put it against your clit. Get you right off. That is the next product. Heat your coffee. Get you off.
no, if we can
It's also a cock ring.
if
You
we
put
can
it on your.
yes, collab with Ember. We'll have the Vibes Only Ember collab.
Don't tell Rob. He'll like fly to Germany. He'll be like, I found the perfect dildo coffee
That
warmer.
is so funny. The coffee cock ring.
It'll tell you a sexual erotic tale.
Right behind your head, there's a coffee cup with a dildo in it.
Yes, we're
it.
we're halfway there.
That's a dildo?
It's a vibrator.
Yeah, I
It's
was-
the Ashley vibrator.
Yeah,
I was
we
like, I
already-
know a dildo.
We usually don't use the word dildo. Raina just went back in time.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
do.
sell a dildo?
No, I do it for comedic.
Well, what do you consider a dildo? Just it doesn't vibrate. It's just a big. Yeah.
Like you could wave it around.
Oh, we have one.
We
of
have
those.
one on the
Yeah.
shelf.
Is this what you consider a dildo?
That's a dildo.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. Look at the balls. Who's it fashioned after? Did you get a male?
Our video
Veiny
guy and I
as
went and
hell.
bought it.
I mean, my God.
Yeah.
I don't
that's
know
not-
who's putting
Who's,
that in them.
You couldn't
this
take
guy's
that
been in the
dick.
gym. Vascular.
That is so funny.
Well, the point of those
Is that like a big deal to have the veins? Is that?
I mean, I
it
guess
makes
some
it look
people like
lifelike.
People think it feels
Right.
like the ridges of a penis. I guess that's so big, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
This is wild.
It's more. We had it on stage. You know,
I
we
bought
want
it to
people to
see
see
it.
it from
This
the
is for
balcony.
comedic effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was gonna say
It was a joke.
Yeah, I'm a strong medium. This is not. This is like a XL.
I
This
love a
is
medium.
crazy.
All I have ever wanted is a medium. I don't need anything more than that.
Tessa just caught that dildo like she was back on
Yeah.
tour. She's
Right.
getting ready. She's training. That was
Ready for the
very
season,
like
yeah.
training day.
She's stretching out.
The rush she just got. She was like, that brings me right back to the tour. But
Wait.
it sounds like we're similar temperature wise.
Yeah, you and I. When it gets Luke, when it gets room temperature, are you just like, I'm done with the coffee.
So here's another move I do.
Okay.
Once it gets totally room temp, lukewarm, I've had my hot coffee for the day, but I still have some left over, ice in it.
I would
You
do
and
that.
I bring it in for a fist bump. Let's get it right. I blew it up at the end. I matched your energy. That's called being polite. Because Ashley pulled back
joking.
and did
was
this, and
doing
I was
a
like,
bit-
okay, I'm joining you.
I was doing a bit.
I'm late, but I loved it. I loved
Okay.
it. And yes, that's how I do my coffee.
Okay,
I'm
yours
gonna
looks
put
bad
ice
to
in.
me. That
This
like
one?
it's a little watery. Like I feel turned off by coffee when it's watery at the bottom, and I would throw that out.
Listen, you're either an Ashley or a Raina.
Yeah, more Ashley's fun, more Raina's friend. Okay, Jared, let's just do a quick life update with you. Anything going on? Single,
I'm drinking
dating?
every night.
Okay, love that.
Loving a teeny on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Really martini, like double downing on a martini.
You are very impressive. You are really productive and get a lot done, and you're a hard worker, and you drink
Tessa's
a lot.
laughing.
Tessa's really laughing
Tessa,
at that. You go, you are really impressive. And I just hear Tessa burst out.
Right.
She's like, I disagree.
I'm like, does Tessa think I'm an alcoholic, or is this the way Ashley's saying
She
it?
actually said she's laughing because of the face that I made when Ashley said you're impressive.
I didn't see it. Why? What is?
I don't know. I think you're
Were-
impressive
was-
too. I love you.
Well, Jared, no, this
I
is
have
the
too much
drinking.
energy. I need
That's
to
not
like.
what I thought was going to come out of Ashley's mouth.
I wasn't just going to jerk Jared off, and this is drinking related.
He was
Right.
like, I like martinis. Ashley was like, you are very impressive. That's what my face was
Okay.
about.
But like, do you not get hangovers, or do you?
I get
do you not
hangovers.
anxiety, or you feel sad?
I get anxiety.
Okay.
I get sadness.
But
Yeah,
you do a
I-
lot for also partying. A lot.
And I don't party as much. Like I'm just like I'm trying to rethink my drinking life.
Oh,
you
okay.
know, like I think I would love to like be a once a weeker, but then I'm like, can I ever be?
I guess you don't have a lot of nights at home by yourself. I think you're like at the cellar
Well,
most
that's the
nights.
thing, I'm
You're on the
out.
road.
Yeah,
Right.
you're out.
So like I was gonna ask, do you like have a cocktail at home? But like you're
No.
out almost every night, right?
Right.
You're a
And-
social drinker.
It's more social.
But if you
Totally.
socialize
I'm
7 days a week,
Yeah, and I'm
so sad.
right. That's hard. I'm kind of like at my most kind to myself place. I'm like, yeah, Jared, maybe like let's ease off there because I do like waking up early. I do think like, dating wise, like as a single person, like I think like at 39, you want to be around the people that you're like looking to attract, and like I'm not looking to attract 2 a.m. 26 at a bar person.
Right.
And that's that person's right for being there. That's not a judgment. It is a judgment because I'm judging everybody.
Right.
But it's not what I'm looking to do or who I'm looking to meet. So I've been thinking about that and just kind of the lifestyle I want to lead. But so that's what's going on like personally. And I'm just traveling a lot. Like this is the end of like a nice little run. So I'm like very happy to just be like chilling. It's your birthday episode. We haven't even brought this up.
Oh my
yet.
gosh,
I mean,
we
Well,
obviously
wanted
we
you for
saved.
my birthday.
we
We saved. We even moved someone for you. Like this is a
This is-
special
you
day.
guys- I have to say, I want to say thank you for having me. I like being in the family. Fun.
Okay, well, Jared, what do you feel like is the dating vibe right now? Are you seeing stuff in your algorithm or in your own life?
It's IRL. I think
Okay.
like we got to zig while people are zagging. I haven't been on a dating app since the summer, last summer. And I gotta say, I don't think there's like a need for the amount of people that we're sifting through. And like, I can understand at a different age, I'd be like, I want to see them all and swipe everybody. But I think like, I have this yearn for slowing it down, and
too many options.
it's too many distractions. It's not even an option. It's a distraction. I think in the summer when you're out with your friends, I'm trying to like, this is like holistic. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't you want to meet someone in person
Yes.
and have it be exciting? And
Yes,
I
that's
think
what
we
we asked
all
our
want.
audience. Like, what are their summer goals, and like, what can we do to help them achieve them? And overwhelmingly, it was, I want to meet people in the wild.
Right.
But where are the guys, and how can I shoot my shot?
that's something I've been thinking a lot. Like, where are men? Because like, I get asked from women, where are men?
We're
Like,
asking.
I can't have them all, ladies. So
Right.
you guys know we have the crossover we have is like, I'm like a sibling to a lot of people that listen to this show and my show and both of ours.
Right.
And I feel that. I love that, actually. And they're like, where are guys? And I'm like, I don't even know where men go. Like, because I was thinking of like when I'm in a bar, I'm alone on my phone. Like, someone could come up and talk to me, and I'd be like happy to have the conversation. I'm just thinking of like, where are the 30-year-olds in New York City? I'm like, I don't know. I don't mean to be negative. I'm just saying like,
Well, if it's not one specific spot, it's everywhere then. Go to bars, be social, say yes to stuff. You have to put yourself in scenarios to meet people.
right. But here's the thing. Men don't get together for like a dinner.
Right.
If you go to a dinner spot, you will never see two men sitting across the table. Gabe Malika, funny comic, he has a one-man show about male friendship, and he talked about this with me a little bit about like men don't hang out face to face, they hang out
side by
shoulder to
side.
shoulder. So
Yeah.
like I think that's a very interesting thing when you're thinking of like, how do I find men in the wild? You're just not going to go to a dinner spot that you love and see a bunch of go look at any dinner spot Thursday night, all women.
But I do find it a little more approachable, the shoulder to shoulder. If two guys are sitting next to each other at a bar, more approachable for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like a restaurant in section T3. I don't know that I'm going to find my guy.
Right. That's not a very easy way to go up to some. But I'm
Yes.
saying, like, where do they go out? You know, like, I know where I'm out, but I'm also, like, at 39, I'm thinking of, like, my friends. Like, you know, especially New York right now, like, there's a divide between ages. Like, it's either very young or very old. Like, this in between, the pandemic, like.
That's a good point.
It used to be, right. It used to be like, remember in New York when you got there, those people would like get married, have a baby, but they'd be like, once the kid's too big for the apartment, we'll move out.
Yeah.
The pandemic, like, they were like, we're out.
Yeah.
There's no get big for the shell. Like, we're not going to hermit crab this shit. We're out of here. And then what ended up happening is now, like, my friends who would be with the baby in the bar, I'm not with them anymore. So it's like, where did those single guys go that would have been with the couple that you can feel safe going up to because they got married friends and they're in that space of life? It's a little more loner and oddball now.
Well,
I do believe that.
I mean, a couple things. This is not a hot take, but I think like the places women want to go and have like a sexy outfit and a little cocktail are not where guys are going. So let's just remind ourselves of that. This like image you got from some movie that you're going to put on some trendy outfit and go have a martini and be approached by a guy at the bar. He's not there. They're just not there.
Right.
But I think it's like thinking about where men are maybe even by day or by afternoon, like where they work. Like, you know, not every city is New York or like New York, but I used to see a lot of guys just at Hillstone, you know, like where some women might be like, that's not the trendiest restaurant in the moment, but he's not there.
Right. I think also timing of day, like daytime hangs are very much, and I said this, I mean, I gave this advice, you know, I said, go to a football game. Go to a bar and watch a football game. The thing is, people, when they ask for advice, they want the exact answer. And I'm like, no, go have fun at a football game. I've been saying this for years.
Yeah.
Go have fun and just be there. It's just a hopping bar. Go to a hopping bar for a football game. Right now, basketball playoffs, June. It's gonna be the finals. People want to be with something going on, an event.
I'd be at Blue Haven every day in New York City if I wanted to meet a man.
Right.
Go to the sports bar.
Go to a sports bar. And like I saw on TikTok, like some women were like wearing the jerseys of the team. That's fun too. I think that's great. But I think just like having fun with your friends, like, and I think like the thing men get a lot of shit for, which I'm not here to defend men. I'm not here to like say, don't make fun of men. Make fun of us. It's fucking deserved. It's okay. The thing that gets made fun of, you'll see a dating app. There's a TikTok out there, and it was very funny of all these men being like, "Don't take yourselves too seriously," and you see like 30,000 guys saying, "Don't take yourself too seriously."
It's in every single guy's like dating app profile. It's like the girl I'm looking for is this and doesn't take herself too seriously. Like
It's a thing. It's a
thing. Okay. Don't take yourself too seriously. And I listened to your show when you guys were talking about when you're dressed down, and how men come up to you when you're not wearing the sexy. So like, let's hear what people are saying. If you're looking for answers, if you're not looking for answers, I don't give a fuck. It's okay. But you know, but if you're looking for answers, when someone says don't take yourself too seriously, like they want to meet you in casual settings. You know,
That's
so
what the underlying meaning is.
Right.
Yes.
You're fun and you have friends and you hang out. This isn't an appointment. Men love vague options. So when you're vaguely out with all your friends that, you know, this isn't appointment. Let's get a drink Tuesday at 2. Let's have the first date here and now, even though we're not having the first date. It's not a plan. So it's like football, basketball, whatever the event is. I'm trying to think of like,
take a tennis lesson, rent a tennis court, and hit the ball around with your girlfriends.
Right.
Vegas.
Go hang.
All groups of dudes.
Vegas is a very male heavy. Go to Vegas and hang with your friends.
I want women to remember how, yes, we're the same in a lot of ways, but we're really different in a lot of ways. Like where women want to go out and be with their girlfriends is not where guys would ever go with their guy friends, even vacation wise.
Well, no, totally. You're right, because Charleston is like woman central. It is like all women, and it's like, and they're all women that are there to like have fun and party, but then all the men are like in college still.
Yes.
And there's a couple guy groups, but like
Great
men
call.
go to Vegas for the danger, the adventure,
all groups of dudes,
the wildness of it all.
Yeah.
Women go to Charleston because it's one street, it's a little bit more safe. There's cute restaurants. You know, you can go. And listen, my buddy owns a bar, and he's going in with the Southern Charm guys. They're opening a bar together. Uptown Social. It's a blast.
Love
you
it.
go on the roof at Uptown Social.
Yes,
you're having a great time. But I understand why women don't go to Vegas. They go, I don't want to be around a bunch of
Yes.
Guys that are, sitting
Trolling
there, like,
for that.
freaking out.
Totally.
Like,
We're not
I got
telling women to
5.
go hunt men down, but
Right.
they asked, where are they?
Where are they? Yeah, they're in Vegas. They're at sports things. Because I think saying to women, go golfing, like, that's crazy.
But it's a good way to think about it, because I actually noticed this at the pool in Vegas. There was not outside of the crazy pool party. We just went to the adults only pool, and there was big groups of guys there, and they felt really approachable.
Okay, we're just going to take a very quick break, and we'll get right back into it with Jared. I am so excited to tell you guys about this next partner. This was something I was using before they even became a partner, so I was so excited when this came across our desk. So it is Armra Colostrum, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. This is something that can strengthen immunity and gut health, improve your fitness and metabolism, and enhance your skin and hair. So when I was dealing with all my hair issues, someone literally DM'd me about this, and they were like, try colostrum. I'm like, say what?
What does that word mean?
So immediately I'm Googling it, and Armra is like the #1 brand, thousands and thousands of 5-star reviews, literally life-changing testimonials from users. So I was just like, let me get on this and figure out what this is about. So I was getting like testimonials in my DMs without even really asking for this exact thing. So colostrum is the first nutrition we receive in life. It contains all the essential nutrients our bodies need in order to thrive. Armra colostrum is a proprietary concentrate of bovine colostrum that harnesses over 400 living bioactive nutrients that strengthen the barriers of your body and fuel cellular health for thousands of research-backed health benefits. So I know that's a lot of words, but basically it's going to strengthen immunity and your metabolism, fortify your gut health, and activate hair growth and skin radiance. All these good things. Again, it's premium bovine colostrum concentrate, and they work with sustainably sourced colostrum. They really are trying to do right by the calves that they receive the nutrients from. So it's calves. Bovine. That's what that means, guys. My parents live on a farm. And it's going to come in this powder. You're going to throw it in a cold drink, and that's how you're going to get your Armra colostrum. And then you're just going to reap those benefits. So like we mentioned before, all of those things. And again, it's going to come in a little box, these little packets, and you're just going to put that in your water or whatever. There are some different flavors. I have the blood orange flavor. So again, there's flavors, and again, put it in cold liquids, or you can just dry scoop it into your mouth. And they say that's great for your oral microbiome. So it's all good. Oh, it can also combat bloating. You feel lighter. I mean, it's all good. It's like too good to be true, but it's not. So we've worked out a special offer for our audience. You can receive 15% off your first order. Go to tryarmra.com/girlsgottaeat or enter Girls Gotta Eat to get 15% off your first order. So that's tryarmra.com/girlsgottaeat.
Okay, and a platform that Ashley and I have literally used to run Girls Gotta Eat and Vibes Only, all of our merch, which is Shopify. I mean, I couldn't do anything without it. I love it. It helps us run our website, our inventory, track absolutely everything. It's so easy to use. Shopify is a global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. So while you're launching, you're growing, when you're a huge full-fledged brand, it helps you at every stage, no matter what you're selling as well. Their best converting checkout converts up to 36% better compared to other leading commerce platforms. And you can sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce, including Vibes Only and Girls Gotta Eat. Recently, we hit a milestone on Vibes Only, and it was really great to be able to use their reporting to look back a year ago and 2 years ago and compare what we had done in the past.
And text the group chat. We did it.
We really did
We hit that goal.
They work with tons of brands across 175 countries, plus Shopify's extensive help resources are there to support you at every step of the way. Yeah, I love their support, and Ashley and I are really big on companies that have great support systems. So I love it. It's easy to use. It's a phenomenal tool. There's tons of plugins, and we couldn't live without it, because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/GGE, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/GGE now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/GGE.
All right, let's get back into it.
I would say if I was to plan it out for a woman, and that's always my job when I come here. I'm the mind of a man, and I'm 10% away from your boyfriend. I am not far away from a normal Joe or Jim you're dealing with. And I would say if you're looking to meet a guy who's not clouded by whatever garbage is in his head, daytime in a male skewing vacation town. Because you're going to get daytime safety. You're with your friends. They're with their friends. There's safety in numbers, daylight, all those good things. And you're in a place where they're like, well, we can meet up tonight. And then you don't meet up. You go, I had a great time. I'm out with my friends. I'll see you back in New York. Let's make a date or no, or don't. I think again, I'm not telling people to travel to like all ends, but like you can do that with, I think like meeting someone during the day and not seeing them until the next week is like the move.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like if you're looking for structure,
Okay.
I don't like rules, but like I'm at my best when I'm with my friends during the day. I'm also not like, there's no thought of like, maybe I'll get this girl to go home with me at 5 o'clock. Like
Right.
at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It's not, that's a different
I
vibe.
like the energy at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
I love nothing better than a 3 p.m. good to meet you. Here's my number. Gotta
Right.
go.
Yeah,
I
you
think
know
that-
what someone looks like in the daylight.
Right.
That's
And you're at your best. I think like we have to remember like I'm with my friends, the initial, again, not take myself too seriously. I'm here to hang out with my friends and have fun.
Yeah.
I think we forget that. I forget that. Like,
Yeah.
But bring friends with you also. Like I always met guys in Domino Park in Brooklyn. It's just it's condensely packed.
Yeah.
Or it's densely packed.
Intensely. That's so you.
Condensely.
Right.
Such a
Condensely
Raina-ism.
packed. Listen, I was going to go with
Throwback
you on
Raina.
that.
It's not like Central
You said-
Park
could've
is
said
so
condensed,
like
but yeah.
like Central Park's so vast, but like Domino Park is so condensed, and so you're just on top of everybody,
Right.
and so you go with like a couple friends. I never like didn't meet a guy in that park.
Right. And I think like, what do you say? Now
Okay,
that
so
the,
now
the
what do you
question
say?
becomes, what do you say?
Okay.
What's the plan today? Keep it open-ended. What's the plan today?
Love it.
What's wrong with that? I love your shoes. What's the plan today? Where'd you get them? I have the same ones. I don't know. Compliments and open-ended questions. I think we get too. I'm not a negative. I don't know. I don't think this idea of like playing coy. What's the plan today? Oh, we're doing this, or they have nothing, and you're like, okay, I'm turned off. You have nothing going on. You know?
Yeah. Or they're waiting for an invite.
Yeah.
Then
Right.
they're open.
So we got an email from somebody saying basically like I've been in a long-term relationship. I don't remember how to do this anymore. I mean, I'm out of it now. I don't want to seem like thirsty and desperate and weird and try hard. And I think that's everybody's self-talk
Right.
of like I've been done this in a long time. They're gonna think I'm so weird and gross and crazy and how dare I approach them. So like talk to me about that like self-talk and the
Two things I say to every newly single person. You are newly single. You are not newly human.
Okay.
What you think is weird as a relationship person is still weird as a single person. Weird is weird. Okay? Stop being like, well, I've never been single. I guess I just have to receive these dick pics and be okay with it. No. I guess that's how it is now. I hate those people.
Right.
I guess that's how it is in
I've been out-
2024.
yeah.
Take your blog out the door. I don't need your new hot takes on dating. No.
you don't have your mojo anymore sometimes. You in your head you think you don't have your mojo.
Right. And it's okay. You don't.
Yeah.
You haven't spoken
Right.
to someone who you're not sure if they like your naked body or not in a long time.
Right.
I get, like, all my relationship guy friends, all my friends that have been in relationship, married for all these years, no one's more confident than them. They got wife confidence.
Well, I feel like that. I've said to Raina, like I'm in this relationship. I'm free from the male gaze. Like
Right.
I don't have to ever care. Like I'm sorry. I think that not always, but speaking from personal experience, like it doesn't matter if you feel like you're not looking. You're always thinking about it. You're always thinking like, well, what if I do meet someone today at the grocery store? What if
Right.
I do meet someone when I go out? To be like freed completely, it's nice.
Well, don't you feel like I would wonder, like, and I feel this way whenever I've been in a relationship. I'm like, I'm so myself right now.
Yes.
And then you have people, you're like, man, every conversation is easy. Like, I wish you had a moment where you're like, I wish I kind of acted this way when I was single. That I was like
Yes.
my most confident me.
Right.
Totally.
If you can
And
manufacture
that's
it
hard
and
to
put
be.
it into your single self,
Right, I wish I
that's
could
just
drink it with ice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I-
Bottle it.
I was saying to her, when a man tells me that they're married or they're in a serious relationship, I become this great version of myself because I'm like, you might as well be my brother.
Right.
I'm not interested in you, so I am just the most normal, natural. I'm not thinking about it because you are not a prospect.
Right.
You might as well be a relative of mine. And I become this great version of me where I'm just like light and free and it's easy. But being single and being out, there is always this opportunity of like, am I talking to my next boyfriend?
Yeah, you
My
can't
next
not
husband?
think it.
And you're just in your head of like, is this person thinking I'm like funny or hot or cool?
I have that on the first few dates too, where I'm like, am I doing a podcast right now? Like, you ever been on? You've had guests here.
Totally.
You've had great guests like me. You've had some guests that you've probably had to be like, got to put this one on my back and get to
100%.
the end.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where in between is this date? Where is this date on the spectrum of great guest, Jared Freid, or person you had to put on your back, Nick
Lewis
Van?
House.
Well,
I've just said the name.
I have that in my own life where I'm like, I'm on this date and I'm like, Am I carrying them or are we carrying each other?
Right.
And I'm like, I wish I was just my most self.
Yeah.
Right now, I wish I could like be like just like, are you having fun? You know, like you want to like, and
well, you
I
got to
am
get
that way.
yourself into this headspace of like, I don't care. Like you got to lower the stakes in your mind of like, this doesn't matter. And to me, that is what happens to my body when a man says to me like, I'm married. Then I'm just like, well, there are no stakes
Pressure's
here.
off.
Pressure's off.
Right.
So like, you have to mentally lower the stakes and just say like, if I walk up to somebody and say like, what are you getting into today? And they're like, you suck, and you're. Then I'm just like, I don't care.
Are you, Raina? You got to have this issue too, though.
What?
Of like, you're a fun person.
I'm really good time, yeah.
Right. So you're like, am I having fun because I'm fun? Or
I
am I
usually
having?
am.
But I'm saying like, what differentiates?
I'm not bombing. You're bombing.
Right.
I do think that like we're usually having fun because I'm making it fun, and if it's not fun, I'm gonna make it fun. But I actually do check in with myself pretty well, and I'm able to say like, this was fun because of me.
Then you end it with that person. They're like, well, we were having fun. You can't.
Yeah,
like,
you had fun because I was fun.
Right. Well, I don't know. You don't.
Ashley, one time she did. I was like, "How's your date?" She's like, "He really liked me." He
Right.
had a great
I know. I
time.
said he had a great time.
Right. Well, I think like the anxiety I have, and I think it's okay for anyone out there that's new to dating to have the anxiety of like, am I being me? I think that's the hardest part of like going into your dating life, and it's like, is this weird? It's like, yeah, you're not. You're an adult who has opinions. If you feel weird, it's weird. Mm-hmm. I think that's to any new dater. Mm-hmm. And it's also like, you gotta go have fun with people you're not trying to date. Cause I think like, that's just a really good way to get your levels. Like sometimes I lose my levels of like.
Of the opposite sex, you mean?
Of what
like
tastes
go have
good to
fun
me.
with
the
people.
relationships in my life that taste fulfilling.
Okay.
You know, I like hanging out with my parents, and I go home. You know, I go to my parents in Boca and hang out with my brother and his wife and my parents.
Yeah.
Whenever we spend time together, I'm like, oh, that was satiating. You know, like I have that thought a lot, and I'm like, and now I'm trying to like compare that to like feelings on. Am I getting the satiating feeling I'm getting there?
Yeah.
You said you say two things to people. One is you're still a human, and what's the second?
You're still a human, and if you think it's weird, it's weird.
Okay.
And the second is to go hang out with family and friends.
Do you think
and with
Go
people
hang
who
out
fill
with
your
people
cup.
you're the most you with.
Okay.
I think that's a big.
I think that is the biggest fear is that you're going to seem try hard and someone is going to look at you and literally go, oh, I really don't
That's
want you
good.
around here.
Don't you think that's good?
Do you think it is?
I want people to hate me as much as they love me.
Right.
You know, I want to be hated or loved. I don't want to be, oh, he's nice. Oh, kill me. If you think I'm nice, oh, he's a nice guy.
Right. Immediately know you're not someone's type. Move on to the next.
Right, let's get out of here. You know, be turned off, turned on.
Yes.
But, you know, you got to get wet. You know,
Remind
like-
yourself stakes are low. I think that's important. Like this person didn't know you 2 seconds ago, and if they don't like you, that's fine. It's not really a judgment call on you.
Right, and also like men, if you're a woman out there, like we're so simple. Like this dating advice thing. Like I've been talking about dating for like over a decade. People are like, "What do you know?" And I'm like, "It's not much to know." You know, like guy who's out with you, he's attracted, wants to fuck you, hasn't thought beyond that.
Okay.
That's it. You know, this idea, penis doesn't let man leave the house.
Right.
Know that. Simple. Strong dictator. Not gonna let you leave. Now, if you're on a date with someone, they're attracted to you. You know it. They'd love to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, they're gonna, well, you know, they're gonna want to know afterwards, like, is this a match? But that's down the road. So I think you have to understand that, like, the men you're dealing with are simple.
Yeah. I also I think we're talking about being on a first date or second date or even with somebody and being like, am I being myself? Am I having fun? Am I doing a podcast right now? But it goes back to like, that's why it's good to meet people during the day when you're out with your friends.
Right.
Like you're already yourself. Like I'm just thinking about someone coming up to me during a daytime hang, like the way I would immediately just be myself. Like why would I wouldn't even have time to get into my head and be like, oh no, all this pressure. Like you will be more yourself in a casual setting anyway.
Totally agree. And also, I have this thing called the aunt theory that I've been saying for years, okay? And
Never
it's
said
like,
it on this show.
Have I never said it? The aunt theory. And this is, again, I understand how disgusting this is going to sound, but I'm taking you inside the mind of a man. We get asked all the time, you know, are these guys on dating apps just doing this to everyone? You know, and I don't want to minimize the danger involved. Catcallers become people who get aggressive, who end up I'm acknowledging that can go a horrific way. But catcallers at their core are like, I'm going to do this 100 times. It only has to work once. So there's a lot of people on dating apps. And this is why I've kind of gone away from the dating apps. And I'm always like, dating apps are for nerds. They're for, people who, and I say nerds lovingly. I don't mean it in the way to be mean, but like dating apps are for people who need crutches for their social life. I don't need crutches for my social life. I'm a pretty sociable person.
You're also
and
out
I'm
a lot.
7 nights a week.
You're out 7 nights a week.
Dating apps are for, I can't get out of the house, or it's really tough for me to approach people in public. I need the little bit of help that a dating app, because you never get turned down on a dating app. Dating app, you swipe left, that's a no. Swipe right, it's a yes. You either get a match right away, and if you don't get a match, what do you think? Guess they haven't seen
me yet. Yeah.
Right. So you never get turned down openly on a dating app. So it's for people who couldn't handle getting turned down. All of us are social people that can have discussions with people we disagree with, we agree with. That is a beautiful thing for us. And so you don't need the dating app necessarily.
Well, I also want to qualify what you're saying. Like, you're saying that's the way that they work, it's designed for those type of people. Not that if you're using it, you're a fucking nerd. Because I think
I think able people, I'm sorry to interrupt, but able people are using it when they don't need it.
That's what I wanted you to round it out with. Because I think people are like, what are you saying about me? But the point is, like, that's probably why you don't like it.
Right.
Like, that's why I don't like it. That's why you don't like it. That's why Raina's like, I mean, also, like, I've been on great dates from Hinge and whatnot, and we really, like, love the luxury of having these dating apps. They've like transformed dating, this and that. So it's like,
it gets you out of that. Listen.
Yeah. But like, that's why it hasn't worked for me.
At its core, a dating app was invented by Zuckerberg types.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Low social people who don't want to be social. They were like, how do I gamify this?
Yes.
To get myself out there to fuck.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Male nerds created dating apps. It wasn't me, the jocks, me, Travis Kelce, us jock types. Us,
not Travis.
Us buff winners.
But it's so true. Raina said it's his day one. It's not for her.
It's okay, and that's okay.
But I shine. First of all, I have access to a lot of people. Ash and I are out a lot. We travel a lot. My job is very social.
Like not everybody has that.
I do think I'm more confident than the average person because of the show also. I realize, again, the stakes are low. I'm going to approach somebody and they're going to say like, ooh, get the fuck out of here. And my day is just going to continue just like it was. I don't give a shit.
But that's not what happens too.
No, that's never happened to me. People think it's charming, or they put me in the I want to fuck you or I want to be friends with you bucket, and my life goes on.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And it's okay. And, the dating apps also allow for people to act wildly. So, the aunt theory came from the idea that, like, on a dating app, you have no connection to this person other than I swiped yes. So people act a little bit less themselves, a little bit less polite. They say things that are a little bit more wild than they normally say. The beauty of meeting someone during the day and amongst their friends and amongst your friends is now you're finding aunts. Because if I was ever fixed up by my aunt and she said, how'd it go with Raina? And I was like, oh, she blew me. And then I haven't texted her back since. My
accountability.
My aunt will go, are you out of your mind? Are you a disgusting animal? I go, Aunt Lisa, what are you talking about? It's me, Jared. You know I get blown and don't text back. And she'd be like, you're horrific. The whole family's going to know you're horrific. Accountability.
It's accountability.
So the thing is with the friends, Esther Perel, you guys have had her on this show. We had her on You Up. She brought up about like hiding your friends from people. And I was like, this is the aunt theory. Mm-hmm. You want your friends and to see if someone can't handle you with your friends, they're never going to handle you or be a good partner to you.
Marilyn Monroe said that first.
Did she say
I'm
that?
Kidding.
If you can't handle me with my friends.
Oh, right.
If you can't handle me at my friend group.
That was Travis Kelce, actually.
Travis, was it? Us jocks came up with that. Yeah. But that's the thing is like now you've created aunts for yourself because you're meeting them amongst other people and like
I love this.
Yeah,
I really love it.
I also love a day drunk. There's nothing better than a beer on the beach.
Yes.
Little teeny at the pool.
Yeah.
Iceless coffee by the spa.
I love it.
Bluetooth vibrator.
I speak with a lot of like, you have to become, I think, there's an age where you become more holistic with these things.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, we like know great social dope people who met on Hinge or whatever the fuck. But like, it does seem like a little more rare and everyone wants to know how to do it better in the wild.
Right. And it's the thing is the apps, if they're not a piece of your pie, then it's too much. It has to be a piece of your pie. The apps can be a little sliver.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually have thought, I've given out this advice many times where it's, why wouldn't you just download the app Wednesday and be like, I'm deleting it Wednesday night. I'm going to have a date with myself with the app. Get dressed up, download the app, and do an hour with it, like on a Wednesday night. And your goal for that hour is to match with someone, have a quick conversation, and go on a date on Thursday. Mm-hmm. Now you've made it one night where it's you on the couch with wine. It is a directed thing. It's not just you doing it on the circle of like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You've put it down to this, reduced to this one moment where you get to have a fun date with yourself. Glass of wine on the couch, or swiping.
Or with a friend.
Or with a friend.
Yeah.
And then by the end of that hour, you take your matches and you go through them, say some hellos, and maybe you download the next week and you come back to it and have another date with it.
Mm-hmm.
But reducing it down to an hour a week, I think is like really helpful. Like
I like
I've thought about
plan.
that a lot.
I like it a lot.
A date with the app, not the person.
It's really
Yeah.
measurable. It gives you a time frame. I actually asked Hallie Colbert to come over one day, and I was like, "You want to just like write to people with me?" You and I've done that on my you set aside an hour. This is what I'm doing. Glass of wine. The goal is to date tomorrow. It's really measurable.
And here's the other thing: going back to the men being like, "Don't take yourself so seriously." I'm free tomorrow night. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Now you're in casual. You don't have to be casual. This doesn't have to be a casual date. You still want to plan. People want this light on, light off thing, especially women. Women want, I want you to love me or chop off my fucking head. And you have to find a way to train yourself, to give yourself that opportunity, because guys want nothing less than those two things. Mm-hmm. They want vague options. So how do I play into that a little bit where you go, I'm open Thursday after work. Here's the time. You name the place and I'm in. Mm-hmm. You name the place and I'm in. Now they have the opportunity to get you a little wet by making a plan.
Totally.
You kind of, you put the dildos down.
Right.
Now it's up to him to use the tool.
Totally.
Put the dildo on the table. This is my line now. This is Maya Angelou once said. Put the dildo on the table. Now you get me wet. That's what the great Maya Angelou was.
I love this game plan for meeting people. You're going to go out with a group of friends. You're going to be with people that you love, that you're your best self with. You're going to walk with somebody and say, hey, what's up? How are you? Low stakes. Or you're going to set an hour aside for yourself with a glass of wine or a little tequila on the rocks.
There we go.
What are we doing tomorrow?
But this is like this episode, we kind of wanted to have this like dating for summer theme, and what better time? Like this is when we're outside, we're doing daytime hang. So this is how to do it this summer. Just
summer dating is so fantastic because every night of the week is open.
Yes.
Mondays, if it's a bright Monday, you'll get drinks.
Yes.
Who cares? We'll push off our problems till
summer.
Tuesday. Love summer Tuesday, summer Wednesday. I'm so high on summer dating. The hard part about summer dating is everyone has their plans and their trips. Okay?
Right.
But let's turn your plans and your trips into opportunities to meet people.
Vacation dating, nothing better.
Well, you on the vacation.
You're the best version of yourself. The stakes are never been lower.
Right.
you can often get your mojo and your sexy pics and you feel yourself and come back. That's what happened to our friend. She went on a vacation and came back and got a boyfriend. She was in the right mode.
Right.
She was feeling really stagnant before that. She went on vacation. She, hooked up with some random dude, but it like got her mojo back.
That's never going to happen for a guy, by the way. This is not good guy advice.
Okay.
We talked about it. I went to Europe alone and I didn't speak to one woman.
I literally was like, is Jared
That's a
okay?
female thing.
Okay, just to be clear, yes,
It's for women.
I've never heard of a man going on a little eat, pray, love
No.
vacation and getting his mojo back. This is for
No
women
woman
only.
in Europe is waiting to meet me. Okay? I found this out the hard way. No woman in Europe is like, ooh, I can't wait to meet a guy in New Balances. Ooh, where's my American man?
Yeah, and a jersey.
Well,
Yeah.
Jared, didn't you go to like Nice?
Yeah,
You went to the
Nice,
place
Saint-Tropez.
where everybody's on a romantic vacation. Okay, you got to pick the right vacation
I
locations.
know. I should have gone to like Daytona Beach, Florida.
Key West?
Charleston, but alone in Charleston is a little.
Key West.
Key West is fun.
You got to go where people are looking to meet. You went to the most romantic, I'm on my honeymoon spots. I was like, is Jared all right?
It wasn't smart.
Yes, the only drawback is potentially meeting somebody and you lose that momentum because of vacations and everything else people have planned. But like,
Momentum-
let's take that out of it. Like,
Right.
summer dating is like where it's at. Like, you're tan, you feel good. Like,
Right.
you don't feel prettier
Skinny
or
mini.
hotter any other time of the year.
Right.
And you're so right. Monday, sun's gonna set at 9 p.m. We're out.
Right. Hey, Sunday, 3:00. I'm gonna go get a spritz.
Exactly.
If a woman said that to me, I'd be fucking half chub.
God, I cannot wait for summer.
I'm out
5
Sunday,
p.m.?
3 p.m. I'm gonna go out Sunday, 3 p.m. I'm gonna
it.
get a spritz. You in?
Yes.
I'd be like,
Half chub.
did I just cut my pants? You know, like I don't know, like
Jared rakes back. I'm hard.
Right.
Your aunt's like, God damn it. Aunt would not approve. Did you ever see that meme that was like, I want a reality show of men having to read their dating app conversations to their family?
oh, that'd be great.
Like
That's
your
so
mom,
funny.
like needed to see the real you.
I mean, there's nothing better than reading people's texts out loud. I mean, like I've done it with
On
you
our
guys on your show.
show.
Like
Our
it
live
is so
show.
because everyone is a version of themselves in text. Like
Yes.
all of us.
Sometimes I will like reread my text and I think about like somebody else reading it in their tone of voice.
Oh
and
my
I'm like,
God.
this is so, if somebody ever got a hold of this.
Well,
this
that's
is
the
so
thing I have to
embarrassing.
remind
Yeah,
myself.
my
of,
life
like,
would be over.
Like when I read like a comment that it's a negative online, I'm like, maybe it's just the tone I'm reading it in my head. Like the way I would read this out loud. I don't think they've ever read it out loud to themselves. Let me make sure I sound right when they comment on something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's run through 2 emails with you.
Let's do it.
We wanted to cover this topic. We just have 2 that feel a little relevant. One vacation related, one wedding related.
Yeah.
I love vacation drama.
Yeah,
I
I'll
love
start.
wedding discussions.
Okay, so first one, summertime, we're taking girls' trips, which I do
Right.
think is the perfect way to meet guys, fuck guys, get your mojo back, all that.
Daylight hours. Meet you in New York, make a plan, and I'm in.
Okay.
Meet you in LA, make a plan, I'm in. Oh, we're from the same town? Make a plan and I'm in.
Right.
Repeat this to yourself, ladies. Make a plan and I'm in because that gets you what you want. Chop my head off or love me.
Love me. And I also like there's some synergy with the what's the plan today opener.
What's the plan today? Oh, my friends and I, we did a golf thing this morning. Now we're going to this bar and we got nothing going on tonight. Oh, cool. Here's what we're doing. Oh, what are you guys up to? And also, if you're on a group vacation, what's the plan tonight and what's the makeup of the group?
How do you guys know each other?
How do you guys know each other? Well, friend from college. Now you're finding out they went to college. Friend from work. Oh, what do you do? Now you got
Instant
splinters.
talking points.
Right.
I always think groups of girls are attracted to groups of guys. Like I've
Yes.
never been on a
Safety.
bachelorette and we didn't connect with a bachelor party. Like you sniff each
Totally.
other out, and it doesn't have to be bachelorette parties. Again, it can be. I just keep picturing this like daytime hang in New York, even though we don't live there anymore. But where there's like those groups of guys and those groups of girls, they sniff each other out.
Right. Even in like places that you'd be horrified to go. Like when you go to Nashville and you're like, and someone brings up Broadway, you're like, I'm not a disgusting pig. I'm not going to Broadway.
So fun.
But Broadway is fucking awesome.
So
and it's
fun.
big groups. But like from 16,000 feet, Broadway is disgusting.
Right.
Like people who live there, if they're in Nashville living
Sure.
there right now, they will walk around the
Absolutely.
perimeter. They would do anything to not be on Broadway.
avoid
But I'm the best version of me with my girlfriends, big bar,
At
doing
Tootsie's.
something
Absolute-
fun at Tootsie's, singing.
Absolutely.
And some guy looks at you across the room and is like, look at her, just living life.
Right.
Not taking herself too seriously.
Right. A place like Nashville, if you're visiting, big group, great.
Yeah.
If I was a Nashville woman, which I know you guys, a lot of people transplant to there.
Mm-hmm.
If I did like a Saturday day, 10 friends go out to Broadway and like kind of make fun of ourselves and just do it, you're going to find the guy groups that you're going to connect with. Again, as a group,
Yeah.
group connection
Definitely.
is going to be way better than single one person
Yeah.
deer that got away from the pack.
Take the pressure
I
off.
mean, I like that. I think sometimes we tend to shit on stuff in our city that's like touristy or whatever.
Right.
But
Is that where the people
that
are?
bar, right?
Where
Like,
the-
that's probably where these
I
dudes are.
want
'cause
to go
They don't think like that.
where the Travises are.
I love that Travis has become.
I
Jared,
defended
stop.
Travis from minute one.
We're
fans.
No, I got such shit.
really.
I went
Why?
on Dumois' podcast and she was asking about Travis, and I said Travis is it went viral. It's on TikTok. I talked about how
say?
Travis as a tight end is the perfect boyfriend for a superstar because a tight end has to block for other people to score and also scores themselves. So
Yeah.
who would be better than that profile to be clapping for Taylor and also have his own thing going on that she can be attracted to as
They're
well?
great.
I love that metaphor.
I've talked about this, and then I go to the comments. It came out. This was last summer, I think, and I was like, because I know that she dates a lot of like
Actor types.
sensitive
Yeah.
actor,
Booth boyfriends.
skinny, whatever, like
Joe
theater
Alwyn,
types,
yeah.
and I was like, no, I think you're gonna be surprised, and all these comments were like, they wanted to be haters right away, and I think I'm looking pretty right now. I'm happy
Exactly.
with
I love that metaphor.
us jocks. Another win for us. you think you want artsy fartsy, and what you realize is that we're all the same dogs. This happened with The Golden Bachelor. Everyone's like, oh my God, old man, dead wife. Oh, and I was sitting there the whole season going, big dog Gary gotta eat. Dog gonna bark. Lion gonna lion. The hate I get is from women who are disappointed to hear the way I say things.
Too simplified?
To simplify it and to say, like, the idea that, like, I hear women talk about their dads. My dad has been an angel. And it's like, your dad's still a dog.
Okay,
your dad want to bark.
Donald Trump.
Your dad, I'm just saying.
Like
your
dog.
Your dad, big dog gotta eat, big dog gonna bark. Like, the idea that your dad wouldn't have been kind of a dick on a dating app. Your dad was a dickhead to some other woman.
My mom tells me all the time what a scumbag my dad was. He was the best dad in the world to his daughter. My mom's like, your dad was the fucking worst.
I'm not trying to, like, vilify your dad. Not to women. I'm just saying, like, your boyfriend who's wonderful and awesome, someone out there is like, what a fuckboy.
Totally.
Exactly.
And that's okay.
And I'm
that's
like,
just the
where
reality.
does my dad get off treating women like that? He's 2 feet tall. It is crazy to be that short and have such a reputation.
Yeah, listen, a chihuahua got a bark too.
Not the chihuahua.
You see a little dog. Yeah, that dog's trying to fuck. Big dog gonna bark. Well, you guys, we had to have Matthew Hussey was on. I was like, big dog barking. What's up, buddy? He was, I'm talking to him. I'm like, his wife was in the room with us.
Yeah, you guys are both on.
And he was like, I wasn't ready to, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, he's doing the same thing I do. I wasn't ready to commit yet. And he's doing it in a British accent, so it sounds romantic. And I'm Northeast Jew, like, nah, big dog got a bark. I wish I had his accent for a second.
Right. Matthew Hussey is what fancy dog could he
He's
be?
a Shar-Pei or some shit. I don't know.
A greyhound, yeah.
He's
a British something.
Right, I'm a mutt.
He speaks more slowly.
And I love Matthew Hussey. I thought he was like,
we love him.
No one put things into context better than
he's wonderful.
him. He had this whole thing about the wall. Go buy his book. I'm like a huge fan now.
Such a good
2
book.
seconds I became a fan, and I'm a hater.
All right, we're going to talk shit on these a couple scenarios.
This will be a two-parter.
Okay? So this girl says, Hi guys. I wanted your insights on a situation that happened with my friends on a recent girls trip we took. Here's the tea. I went on a 3-night trip with my girlfriends to Miami. Little backstory. There's 5 of us. 3 girls are in relationships. 2 of us, including me, single. Truth be told, I haven't had much luck in the dating department lately. I've been going through a bit of a dry spell. Back to the trip. Packed with activities. We planned beach days, pool parties, dinners every night, clubs, lots of girl time. The last night of the trip, we had dinner, then we went to a club. As soon as I walked in, I locked eyes with the sexiest snack of a man who offered to buy me a drink. We're flirting, we start kissing. Fast forward, we leave pretty soon thereafter, and your girl got laid.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I was so excited the next morning to gossip.
Big dog gotta eat. What up, big dog?
I was so excited the next morning to gossip with my friends, tell them all about my wild night. To my surprise, everyone seemed a little pissed at me. I thought they would be excited for me and love hearing the story, but instead they felt like I had bailed on them on our last night of plans to prioritize some guy over them. I don't really see it that way. I was with everyone every second of the trip, all the activities, just wanted to end the trip with a fun fling. Everyone was drunk, it was late, I didn't see any issue with leaving. Now I feel like I somehow am known as this girl who bailed on my friends for some guy. What are your thoughts? Should I have stayed and told the guy to take a hike? Did I break some kind of girl code? Would love to hear what you guys think.
Sounds like they had a bottle and they needed her to help pay. And they were like, she bailed.
Right.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, there's...
It's Miami.
But that's the thing. Miami's so expensive.
Right.
And I'm with you. There's something missing here. Did she lock the friend out of the room? There's 5 of them. I'm assuming 2 rooms. Maybe she's with the single girl. So the single girl got like...
She went home with him.
She went back with him.
Then she goes back in the morning. She wants to tell them about it.
I see no issue here.
Right. There is no.
I see no issue. Her needing to fuck, not needing to fuck, I don't care.
Right.
Here's the thing about a group trip. And don't mess with the tent pole events. If you were at the brunch that you guys agreed to,
dinner
if
reservation.
you were at the dinner reservation, if you didn't, because what happens is with a group, you want to keep excitement high, especially when there's alcohol involved. When you drink a lot, sadness, anxiety works in. You only need one turd in the punch bowl to ruin the whole thing. So what happens on a group trip is if someone goes, well, I don't want to do that and I'm not really feeling it, it brings down everybody. So as long as you went to all the events and were like a happy participant, we made a resi for 5. I was at the reservation. We go to the club. At the minute the club having, scatter. Everyone do their own. You fucking good luck. Have fun.
Yeah.
Good, get home safe. Keep your location on. Like I don't really understand what happened between her leaving and her coming back the next morning freshly fucked to have the problem. Don't you? Like,
exactly.
And that's why I'm with you where it's the money maybe.
Yeah, it must have been a thing where this was supposed to be some sort of event, but it's not fair. As
long as you're at the beginning of the event and you paid for the event, you're good.
I'm assuming she bolted pretty quick and they all had like a fun night and just wish she was there, but that's on them. It's the last night of the trip.
It's a different type of anger than this one.
I know, but I'm feeling like it brought the mood down, but that's not her fault or her problem.
Right. She might be the straw that stirs the drink. That's the problem too. Maybe she's the fun friend.
She's the fun friend.
Relationships, yes.
Right.
And they all had a shitty night and now.
And they're like, the personality left. And again, not her problem.
I just want to feel empowered. I'm an adult. I want to go have sex. I want to leave this club. I want to feel empowered to go do that. I didn't get up from dinner and meet a guy at the bar and say, peace out, bitches. I think that we all get in our heads about this idea of what a trip should be. And like, I want to dance the night away. This is the last moment of the trip. We should all be together, just hugging and crying and singing.
This isn't the last night of summer camp. What the hell is this? As we go on, we'll remember no one got dick on this vacay. We are as dry as a bone.
I think this is a
Need
little
some
bit of
vibes
Do
only.
you think a little
I
bit of
agree.
jealousy here? The 3 of them are like, I gotta go home to my dusty man, and the one girl was single was like, I kind of wish it was me a little bit.
And she didn't have a wingman anymore.
Yes.
And we just don't know anything. That single girl could have riled everybody up because she lost her wingman and she didn't get laid. I'm not trying to blame the single girl. It could have been the married girls that were like slut shaming her. Like, there's just no way to know. But I just feel like you got to also take the person's character and their patterns into account. Is this the person that all the time is bailing for a guy? It doesn't sound like it. Like I bailed on a night in Greece that you guys all stayed out and I brought this guy back to the house. And like, I'm sure Raina was like, oh, this would have been fun if me and Ashley were together, but like, she's got to get hers and she would do the same for me. Like,
you also had your own fun night, didn't you?
I did. Like, my single friend left, but like, it never even crossed my mind. Like, let me hold her back from having a great time that she'll enjoy so that I can have a better time. I would never.
My point is, if I did that all the time, it would be a little annoying.
So that's the part we don't know about this email.
Exactly.
There are 3 sides to every story. There's the emailers, there's the friends, and there's the truth somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. So we don't know if this girl is the woman who bails.
Yes.
If that's you, the emailer needs to take a look in the mirror. I agree with you. I will say, if I'm taking everyone at their best, if I'm like the emailer at her best, the way she told it, the married friends at their best, I would think sad single Sally, the one that lost a wing woman, she probably infected the group.
Riled them up.
I think that's the only way I can go. She went to the group and said, can you believe it? And they have to agree with her because, again, on the totem pole of female relationships, I don't think this is true, but it's the way it works a lot. Married woman doing okay, single woman not doing okay. I don't think that's true, but that's kind of how the totem pole works. And what are you going to say to her? Hey, why don't you get laid? No, they're going to say, yeah, you're right. They're going to be comfortable to her and take her side. I
think you're right, but it's also like those women's husbands aren't there. Like they're on the girls trip. It's not like it was.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm just saying, like, as if sad single Sally and Farrah got fucked is off fucking and I'm going to agree with sad single Sally because I'm going to go again. And we live in a world. The internet is full of people claiming victimhood so that they get most attention. Mm-hmm. So who are you going to side with? You're going to disagree with sad single Sally, take the side of fucked Farrah?
Right.
Well, also, we don't know what Farrah was like on the trip. I mean, again,
Coming Carly?
I'm not mad.
You're not going against Carly. You're not
Dildo Danielle?
Dildo Danielle? Yeah. What are we talking about here? We got Vibrator Veronica? Climax Carly? Just out and getting in Fuckville, USA? Shout out to that random dude she fucked. Good job, buddy. Right, good for her.
I think there's a scenario.
She's in the power position.
There's a scenario where this girl was late to everything, fucking complained the whole time. She always does this all the time, and then she bailed on the last day.
Listen,
then I'm annoyed with her, but I'm also kind of glad she's gone.
Right.
Yeah, but then they're probably like, now she's gone. We could have used her gone at dinner because she's so fucking annoying.
I would love the other side of this email. Like, that's the thing. Like,
ask for her friend's email.
Yeah.
Can you loop us into the group email?
I would write back. Let's write back to this person. Hey, we're going to forward this to your friends, and we were going to ask for their response if you're okay with that.
That's so funny.
My feeling is that this girl kind of does this sometimes, and the friends are mad about it.
Most of all, we are missing something.
Yeah. My feeling overall is girls' trip. There's a bunch of us. I'm going to still have fun whether you're here or not. My friend should go and get hers.
Well, that's the thing. I always do this thing where you talk about, like, if you drink and you get anxious. When I always play out this thing where I go, let me bring this to a courtroom. So if someone got up in court and was like, can you believe our friend left the nightclub to get fucked? You'd be like, yeah, bitch, sit the fuck down.
That's why we went to the club.
Right, that's what you do at clubs. What did you think was going to happen?
Right.
You know, so I think we're missing something. It's not a very normal way to react to, I did everything right. I went to the nightclub and then found a man.
And everyone's mad at me.
This is like, there was this story that this woman was like, I wore a dress to a wedding and they said it was too much. And you're like, at its base level, it's like, who would ever be mad at what a woman wears to a wedding? And then you see the dress, and it's like
a wedding dress,
right? Like it's like, you know, like
white,
one tissue paper over the
really?
nip,
It's nipple pasties, yeah.
Yeah, it's like she's got a veil on, and you're like, well, you didn't mention the veil.
She fucked the groom. Right, it was so weird.
This sounds very much in that world, but also I'm the only way at its core, I'd be like, single friend got sad.
Yes.
And that's the side we have to take.
It comes down to the person, because like Rain and I were in Australia. It was just the two of us. Yeah. And she met this guy and she went out with him and like she went to dinner with him. Like I was alone for the night and I was happy with it. She asked me. It was the Love is Blind season 1 finale.
It was also the third week of the trip.
Yeah. We'd been together for a while. But it's like, if Raina did this all the time, I can't count on her to spend time with me on our trip. I'm like, this friend sucks. But it's like, it's so rare. And it's like, yeah, I want Raina to get fucked. And like, I want to hear about it in the morning. I'm going to stay in my room and watch reality TV.
Right. But also there was communication here.
Yes.
We're missing where the communication got messed up.
Right. And then you're right. Like you wonder if something went south with the room key, with a like, were they worried about her?
I was expecting her to be like, yeah, nobody knew where I was.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, we had a show one time and the next morning we had like an onslaught of emails. Like we lost our friend after the show.
Oh my God.
She went home with a guy after the show.
Yeah.
And they were like, can you help us find her? And she called out of work. She didn't go to work.
Wasn't she Toronto? Jeremy was with us. I was like, be honest, did you fuck her? Is she in your hotel room?
And then we were like, we'll try to find her. And we were really trying to find her because she had emailed too. So we're emailing, hey girl, where are you? And then as it turns out, she had just fucked someone after the show. Was just like hungover and didn't go to work. Like,
and emailed her.
Hey, it's Raina and Ashley from Girls Gotta Eat podcast.
The people you
right.
Your friends are worried about
no, you didn't win the lottery we did that night.
Are you good?
We just want to know if you're alive.
You know what's funny? Like her friends could have just emailed too, but she responded to us.
No, I was on the case, and also I'm like invested now. It's like a mystery to solve, and I'm like, where is she? You know, she's a missing person. She just had fucked some dude.
It's like,
but I will say for girls trips in general, my advice: I would never go on a girls trip solo, like with somebody like that you think is going to ditch you. Not that she did that, but you kind of have a feeling for your friends. And I like to have girls trips that are like at least 4 people, so that if like somebody leaves, the group is still intact.
I planned my buddy's bachelor party in Chicago, and we did a Viking night. The opening night was a Viking night, and we had this like table with like all this food out. We got big jars of wine, big jugs of wine. We all had Viking helmets on. We all got into our underwear, and we were like hanging out in our underwear. And that was like the Viking night. We're all in our underwear, and then I hired a clown, and so we had the basement of this like
my
dingy,
wheels are turning for our tour.
This dingy, you gotta hire a clown. It's so
we won't hire a clown for the Girls Gotta Eat show.
Do it. So we're literally like we're at this like Chicago bar. There's a basement. It's like we rented out the basement. We have a keg, jugs of wine, Viking helmets. The strippers were working like the bar, like serving shots. We're all in our, underwear hanging out. And then suddenly the clown walked in. And everyone was like,
mic drop.
What is going on? And he was like a 50-year-old clown.
Career clown.
And he legitimately, we all sat down in seats like 8-year-old kids, and he did balloon animals for us. And it was the weirdest, most hilarious time.
Yeah.
We still were like, what happened last night? And
You hired a clown to come to a bar?
yeah.
And the bar is fine with this?
Well, what are they going to do?
We have the space.
Yeah.
And somebody can just walk in and put on a show?
I said the clown will be here at like 10.
So you informed the bar?
I informed the bar. I said it was part of the deal.
Yeah.
And that was our opening welcome night.
That's so iconic.
And it's like, to get people on board with that, you just have to be like, don't tell them about the clown. Like, someone will go, well, what's my money going towards a clown for?
Right.
Some people aren't able to see
I see the greatness.
the vision.
I do.
Right.
And if I see a table full of guys with a clown, I am approaching that table.
Right. Well, we were very
That's
much
my
alone
in.
in this restaurant. We went to a turtle race in Chicago.
Oh,
that was
fun.
a part of it. We all bet on the turtles.
Tessa loves the turtle race. She goes all the time.
Do you
Yeah,
really?
Big
down the street
enthusiast.
called Brennan's. Yeah.
I didn't know that this was in
Big
Chicago.
thing
the
in
turtle
LA.
race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
So we were betting on turtles. We did, the big dinner. But like, again, end of the night, scatter. Like, no one cares.
Tess, let me ask you a question. You see a lot of guys there at the turtle,
turtle
race?
race?
That makes sense.
Every type.
Like, totally. Like, that's a dude thing,
Right.
probably.
We
You probably
wanna-
see more guys than girls. I mean, it's like a divey spot, isn't it?
It's like an outdoor.
an outdoor bar.
Oh, it is.
Some Lincoln right
It just
over
seems
here.
like somewhere where guys would be.
Yeah, I mean, it's
there's an event.
lines of
Yeah.
guys.
Bet
yes.
on stuff. Cheer
Yes,
for
betting.
something. Events.
Betting's a good. I met these guys via a magician
Yeah.
at at Owa, which is a sushi restaurant on Abercrombie, and there was just a magician going around the bar, like working the room on a Friday night, and
Close up magic.
yes,
Yeah.
he just was walking around the bar. It was crazy, and he came up to me and my 2 girlfriends, and then these 4 really good-looking guys wanted to know about the magic, and so they
Right.
came over and we started talking. I got one of the guys' numbers. I met this guy via magician.
Had there been a bunch of people in that restaurant, a bunch of women, you would have got a lot of attention.
Right. It's funny, like, even guys wearing the same thing, women wearing the same things. Like, when they're a group.
Yeah.
Like, I remember we were on a trip once, we were younger, and there was a bunch of women in pink Wayfair sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew they were all connected, and then I went up. What's the occasion? Done.
Exactly. All right. Well, Jared, we're running
Let's do one
long.
more.
But I just
Let's
do one more.
I
Let's do one
got to
more.
hear your
I love
take on
hanging.
this.
I
Okay.
need because a lot of weddings this summer.
I have a lot of wedding opinions. Men never get asked about weddings. I have so many. I have judged every wedding. I will remember your cocktail hour food
Jared,
until the
let us
day
read our DM.
you die.
No, I
I
love
will
this.
never
Let him go.
forget. If your cocktail hour food was no good, you're no good. I will never speak to you. I will never think of you in a good light. I will talk badly about you to others.
Okay. Well, this is about weddings and money.
Okay.
So, hi, bestie. I have a question for you. This one came to me direct.
You're the bestie. This is a Ashley friend.
Ashley's like, I want to be clear, it did not go to Raina. It
Yeah.
might have, I just don't read my DMs.
She was like, Ashley, you have a boyfriend.
Ash-
No, I'm just
right. You're closer to marriage than the other one. She
Like,
writes to
if I want to
Raina.
learn how to suck a stranger's dick, I'll
Right.
DM Raina.
I know where to
probably is
go.
in your DMs right now. Like, Raina, I'm trying to eat an ass this weekend.
Right.
Okay.
Do you put ranch or blue cheese on the asshole?
We actually have blowjob for that. Okay.
Really? A ranch one?
No, we have a peach.
I almost puked in my mouth.
Okay, hi bestie. I have a question for you. My boyfriend got invited to a wedding on the East Coast for his college buddy I've met a handful of times. We're in the Midwest. I assumed he would pay for our flights, hotel, since it's his friend. He had a very different opinion that we should split the cost. We both make good money. That's not an issue. It's more of the principle. We've been together a couple years. They live together. What's the protocol here? So she says, I always assume if it's your friend, you pay for your significant other. Am I crazy? Anyway, I love you. And she said she loves you too, Raina, and Azul. And
She's like, I love Raina.
And
She's
Jared
just-
and the
Raina's
pod. What do you think?
I think he's way off.
You think he should pay?
Well, here's the problem he has probably. And I guess let me be vulnerable for him. He can't afford to pay for all those things he'd like to pay for. So he's going with the non-vulnerable route, which is split it down the middle. That's how it should be done, which that's not how it should be done. You were invited with a +1. Your name is on the invitation +1. My name isn't on it. I would expect that person would pay the hotel or negotiate with me. So what they said when they added up all the costs, I was like, that's a lot. You know,
It's a lot.
to
Definitely.
hotel flights, transportation. I agree with her in spirit, but I also understand that he's probably looking at that going, I can't afford
float
that.
two people.
Right.
Totally.
And when you offer it, you have to be ready to pay for it. He's in a shitty position. He's handling it wrong, but his position is pay for the whole thing and be a good boyfriend, or tell me that you can't afford to pay for the thing that will get me there, or not invite me and tell me you can't afford to bring
Which
me.
a lot of people
You know what I mean?
can't. I don't think a lot
That's
of
the thing
people
I'm
can
trying to say,
afford
right.
2 flights, a hotel, the Ubers.
She said they both make good money.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much.
But
Listen,
but I don't count the money in other people's wallet. And I think that's her.
Exactly.
That's what she's doing is wrong. Your relationship to money is different than my relationship to money, and how we all look at it. It's all fucked up. It's all emotional. So for him, he's getting emotional by saying, well, we should split it down the middle. That's the rule. Like, no, that's not the rule. You were invited to a wedding. You were invited with a +1.
You incurred the cost.
Right. And hey, I would like to invite you as my guest. I got the room. I got the flight. I got the transportation.
Yeah.
And if I were him, I'd be like, I would want to trust my girlfriend enough to go, no. Let me take care of, I'll get the food, or I'll get.
Yes.
And I don't know if he trusts that or if he can even afford what she would expect.
So this is like very situation based and couple based, and how many weddings you have this summer, all these things, right? Like,
And
is
who
she
makes more money,
paying for him? Flight included for her friends' weddings.
Right.
And I don't say that in an accusatory way, but like, you might have to sit down as a couple and be like, we have this many weddings this year. Like, how are we doing this? Or like, I just think it's case by case, because some weddings are more of a vacation for the couple. Like, are we going to Europe? Like, and then you got to pay for.
Right.
Like,
Also, is it okay for me to just not come? Is that fine too? Is the vibe just like, these are your friends and you want to go? This is not a priority for me.
But
I can't afford it.
I have a real problem with the hotel. So here's where I draw the line. You are paying for the hotel. This is your friend. Like,
Right.
So because
No, I'm with you.
I'm going to my boyfriend's really close friend's wedding. I would never expect him to pay for my flight. You know, like, also we're both not flying. It's in Boston. But like, you're not paying for my flight. But if we're going to stay in a hotel, if we are, I think we are, because it's a little bit outside the city and we're staying at the hotel where the wedding is. Like, that'd be insane. Like, something
Right.
about it to me, it's like, if you have the kind of relationship where you both pay for your own flights, like, but to split everything down the middle for your friend, you have to incur a little bit more of those costs.
Also, the hotel, to me, you're paying for it whether I come or not. So you
Right.
should gift
Right.
me the room at least.
To me, this is like the core of like the communication relationship. How are we going to do this?
Yes.
Versus like pay down the middle is like not really a couple. Like, you're not communicating as a couple. Like, from my point of view, I understand the insecurity of men with money.
Mm-hmm.
That is a little bit more towards your worth, a little bit more towards can you provide. And to say to someone down the middle for a +1, like, that's just not right.
It's not right.
It's just not how it goes.
I agree.
And so when she says this all or nothing thing, it's down the middle. That's the rule. Okay, he's covering up insecurities he has. So I would like be questioning that more. I'd be like, hey, what's the issue here? Are you not being insecure with me because that makes us more of a couple, so you're avoiding us getting closer? Mm-hmm. Are you not being vulnerable with me because you really are insecure about money? Which, that's okay too.
Or is this your attitude about money?
Well,
Are we
live
just
to-
going to do this
she,
forever?
She knows. They live together. I don't know. This stuff can get out of control, though. Like, I have a lot of sympathy because every person has that summer, if they've made a lot of friends throughout their life, where they're like, it is so many weddings.
Right. He's not thinking
I'm not taking
that.
this side because, I think he's wrong with this whole thing. But like, you got to sit down as a couple, like you just said, and figure out how we're tackling this together, because at the age that people are getting married, which could be your 20s, like, you don't have that kind of money to pay for her flight to,
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of when I've brought a +1 if I've paid what I paid for. Sitting here today, I'm like, I would think that I paid for the flight, but I do understand the idea of like, no, I got my flight. Don't worry about that. Like,
I think
don't
weddings like aren't created equal. Like,
There's
if
no
we're
equal.
going to some amazing destination place, like, now we're kind of taking a trip together. That's a weird territory to get into of like, how fun's it going to be? But there's a world in which I'm like, I don't even want to go to this. Why am I
Right.
I got to pay for it.
Well,
Right.
Listen, I'm with you.
It's
all
dicey.
it's all dicey. But anytime, and this is like my sixth sense, and I think I have a sixth sense for insecurity.
Yeah.
As an insecure person, I can smell when someone's being insecure with me. Whenever someone puts rules in the way of making decisions and having conversations, that is a red flag for I am insecure.
Okay.
So when you stick to rules made by who? Who made the rules? But he's saying, this is what you do. Okay, why are you you're sitting on a moral perch of like, this is what people do to try and get me to shut up. So he's insecure about something.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. It's either the relationship. I don't know if I want to be so serious with her. I know we're living together, but this is like another step where we discuss money and we never done that. Mm-hmm. Or he's insecure about the money he has to spend on this.
I like the assessment. They need to communicate on this, but I dare you to ask me to split a hotel room for your friend's wedding.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have the balls. I wouldn't. I'd be like, I'm paying for this. I would it put me in debt for years, and I don't care.
Yeah.
But again, we don't know the whole story here.
Yeah. Okay, Jared, thank you for this.
A pleasure
for forcing your way back onto the show.
Forced my way on. I'm sorry to the listeners who hate me.
No. We love you. That's all we care
I love
about.
you guys too. Thank you so much for having me.
You're on tour.
LA,
not on tour.
always on tour. Come to a show. Come. I'm doing an hour story
Tell 'em
about
we
going
sent
to the
you.
beach with my parents. Yeah. Tell them Ashley and Raina sent you. If you're on the family plan still, you're going to want to go to the show. If you go to the beach with your family, if you vacation with your family, you're going to want to go to the show.
I'm so excited.
If you have body issues, go to the show. If you hate Rob Lowe, go to the show. If your
Rob
mom,
Lowe knows
I
the
just
bit.
met him. He knows the bit.
If you like iced coffee, ice
You
in
like
your
ice in your
coffee.
coffee. You're gonna love the show. Listen, the show has been one of my greatest pleasures. Like I get a very and bring your parents. I tell people to bring their parents. because
Perfect.
it's all
Love
about
that.
The boomer millennial relationship.
obsessed.
I'm
so
really
cool.
so excited.
Yeah.
So
What a
Thank
great
you.
way to sell to multiple generations of people.
yeah,
I did
it's
it
the marketing
at
for
a
me.
country club in Boca. The whole room was 70-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they started
Rock hard.
They were totally hard. JaredFreid.com. I'm all over the conch, Cleveland.
Conch.
This great conch of ours. Big dogs, bring a big dog boyfriend.
Oh my god!
Do you know there's a thing where I've been doing this big dog bit forever with the Bachelor podcast especially, and I guess this girl was like, guys love it when you call him big dog. There's a TikTok now.
I saw it.
It's
yes.
great.
What's up, big
And-
dog?
What
What's
are
up,
you
big dog?
saying?
And she overdoes it. You just gotta do a slight
To your boyfriend?
call him big dog. No, she was right. Guys want to be big dog.
I build my boyfriend up all the time, but that doesn't flow off the tongue for me. I've never
What do
said
you
it.
call? How do you build them up?
No, I'm just saying I'm always telling him how
Blowjobs.
I mean, yeah, actually just like I blow on his dick.
No.
No, I'm just saying I really believe in like building your partner up, and I
For
tell him how
sure.
great I think he is, and how hot and how sexy and how
Yeah.
wonderful and smart and funny and all.
There's a
those
time
things.
and a place.
But big dog is not doesn't. I've
You're
never
not calling
said
your
it.
boyfriend big. I feel like men are calling like the
I'll
TikTok
call-
was about how to like say happy birthday from a man to another man, and it was just like
Oh, I didn't
talking
see
about
that
how
one.
Right,
yeah.
you've really been on TikTok.
when I say happy
Sometimes I
birthday,
get these streets.
yeah, happy birthday,
Big dog.
big dog. I've been using big dog a long time.
No, but big dog to me, it comes with a dap, and I
Yeah,
I couldn't dap my like.
right.
I'll try it.
That's why it looked awkward when the woman in the radio station tried it because of the other woman who said call him big
Yeah.
dog. They'll love it.
Call
And
your
It
boyfriend
was very
big dog.
funny. You have to do it when he does a big dog action. That's what I think she left out. If I went to the barista and was like, hey, can I get a little more ice in my iced coffee? You didn't really pour it up. And then I came back to my woman and she was like, I love that out of you, big dog.
She's whispering and winking at the same
Yeah,
time.
big dog got his ice. Big
I'm
dog.
uncomfortable.
Why am I so uncomfortable?
I hate this interaction.
I'm just telling you.
Okay, like I was thinking of it in a more like, okay,
What would
big
a woman
dog.
like? Okay, sexy. Okay, hot stuff.
You spank my ass a little bit.
I like hot
Little
stuff.
bit.
Light
Little
spank
tap.
with a good job,
Yeah.
sexy.
Sexy little girl.
Sexy
Oh,
little girl.
little girl. No,
That was not it. That was like
I don't even know where that came
that
from.
was like the fist bump.
I don't want it.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Yes, you do, Raina.
Little girl. No, I like good
Good girl.
Good
That's
girl.
great.
Not little girl. I already know that
From
I'm
a
little.
bald man who looks like Vin Diesel.
I had one of those last weekend.
Last weekend?
He's
How'd
so
you meet him?
big. I've slept with him one time before after a show.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Bucket list shit. Have you ever fucked anyone in a green room?
In a green room.
In a green room.
No, I haven't done
He was
it.
in the room with all of us, and Ashley was like, you guys should get a room, and then we just did.
Yeah, and I was like, I should run for president. Like the power to tell your friends.
This
to-
emailer's friends would hate you.
Tessa was there too. We just hired her.
Tessa was just working the cameras like here.
Tessa's like set first month with us.
You're gonna have an HR issue. Tessa's like, it's funny that like any story could be told to be horrifying. Tessa's like, and they made me leave the room while Raina blew a guy who looked like Vin Diesel. And
No.
I just felt that they didn't take into account my feelings.
We got her a pizza. She got pizza.
You paid me off with pizza.
This feels I need to step in as the judge here.
I went to the other
She had to
room.
leave. That would be insane if we said, Tessa, leave. We're trying to fuck. That's crazy.
That's like Harvey Weinstein shit.
Yes, no.
Tessa, get out.
Me.
Raina trying to bone.
Big dog.
Big. Azul's stretching out. He thinks that he's going to be fucking.
I'm barking at Tessa. I'm like, oh.
It's so funny.
Tessa.
All this dog talk we haven't even addressed. There is a real dog in the room. Oh my God. Poor guy. No,
Tessa, I'm trying to fuck the guy from
I stayed with Tessa. I stayed with her.
You guys were just huddled in the other room while Raina fucked?
That's what it sounds
It's
like.
crazy.
I actually kept her in the room.
It is the golden age of being a woman. Can we just admit to that?
We're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Ashley was like, actually, if you press your ear up to the wall, she's right on the other
Right. I was like, actually,
What's
Tessa, should we go listen?
Tessa, get the fuck out. Raina has to fuck the dude for $1 Million Listing.
That guy is 3 feet tall.
But he's bald.
I would never. I was just thinking about you two huddled together under the same blanket.
You're safe with me. I'm like, you're gonna be safe.
Hey.
You're gonna be fine.
Don't worry, Sparkle Eyes will be back soon. What's he called? Twinkle Toes? What's his name? Sparkle Eyes?
Sparkle Eyes.
It's Twinkle Toes, actually.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I just think of Raina just turning into this animal. Tessa, get out!
Big dog's gotta eat.
Big dog gotta eat. Mama gotta play with the remote control. Mama gotta touch the toggle stick. Get out of here. Tessa's ready to call her lawyer. Workplace.
All right.
I think the statute of limitations is up on this one.
I'm sorry.
Right. We hit like April 5th. We're we made it.
Happy birthday.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
On the birthday, we forgot to bring it up.
You guys have been here for 3 hours. You gotta leave my house.
Yes.
sorry.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
my
You know what's
stomach
so
hurts.
funny? Also, that was the show that was all conservative. We couldn't have drag queens, and here Raina's just fucking in the green room
Was it in
afterwards.
Nashville?
It was in
It was in
Florida.
Orlando.
In Orlando.
But
Yes.
we've talked about the podcast. It was a special case, but it's so funny. It was we've never been not able to do a thing because of
Right.
conservative values.
Oh,
And
you actually stepped. Remember we texted everybody.
Yes, you had to make that video for us.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And I talked about your titties.
Yes, we were like, "What do we do?" Hail Mary. We texted you, Francis. all
No,
these
no,
guys
no,
have been on
not
the show.
Raina's boob job. Remember we
There
said
was a
we need
different
a
time.
welcome to Girls Gotta Eat. Oh, you did this thing. You were like,
was
I just
Mateo.
woke up from a dream where I had
Oh, yeah.
Girls Gotta Eat. You said welcome to Girls Gotta Eat, and then we walked out. We basically
That's
had.
so funny.
All right,
I
guys.
forgot about that, yeah.
JaredFreid.com, Jared Freid on Instagram. We are.
That's right.
We're girlsgottaeat.com. Get those tour tickets so Raina can fuck on the road and Tessa and I can stay in the green room and be safe. in our
Tessa, get out! Mama Raina! Mama Raina!
Anyway,
Mama Raina gotta chew on some bald guy's balls. Raina's gotta ride a...
no, because the tour is called the No Crumbs Tour.
Oh,
so
no
she's
crumbs.
I'm not leaving a crumb.
Raina's got a rubber pussy against the bald head.
All right. You guys know where to find us.
All right.
Goodbye.